for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Welcome. Fade to Black. Bespoke radio for the masses. Yeah, man. How you doing? Today's Wednesday, April 17, 2019. 107 days into the new year. Just 258 days left. We are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of beautiful downtown Burbank, California. And I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States, hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. Yeah. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and KGRA, The Planet. I am your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking? Man, oh man, oh man. What a week on the show. Monday night, Billy Carson with his part 4 of the Emerald Tablets. Last night, Bruce Fenton lit it up. Oh, man. I got to tell you, Rita and I talked about last night till the wee hours of the morning. That was a great, great show last night with Bruce Fenton. Amazing. And tonight, we have very special guest, psychic and medium Karyn Reece is here. First-time guest. And now I'm going to say this. Karyn is great. We're going to have an amazing discussion and time. But later on tonight, we are going to open up the phones. Do not start calling now. I'm going to give everybody a fair shake and crack at this. Okay? So when we open up the phone lines, and you're going to have the opportunity to speak with Karyn. These are the rules. You get one question. One. Okay? Do not go for two. We are going to have a lot of people on hold, and I want everybody to have an opportunity, and so don't kill it for everybody else that's there. Okay? You know how it is. We've got 90 minutes of open lines with Karyn tonight. Okay, so one question, and I said last night on the show, and I mean it, I dare you to try a second question because you're going to get hung up on. I want everybody, you know, because people are going to be listening, people are going to be on hold, and somebody's going to pop off with some second question, and somebody on hold is going to go, what? That's not cool. And then what about everybody else that came before that? You know. So that's it. One question. Let's have fun. And it's also a challenge for you. Okay? Make that one question good. Okay? Karyn is special. Okay? So let's do this. Let's have some fun tonight. Karyn Reece is here. Tomorrow night is another Fader night with open lines all night long. Tomorrow night, you can ask 2 questions. Not tonight. You can follow me on Twitter right now at JChurchRadio. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Facebook and YouTube, everything is Jimmy Church or Fade to Black, and you can go follow, like, and subscribe right now over at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Now, the Sandbox. If you want to engage in the show in real time, hashtag F2B. That is the Sandbox. If you have any questions or comments tonight or any other night for the show, hashtag F2BQ. If for some reason you cannot get through on the phones or you can't make a phone call, then post it up in Twitter, hashtag F2BQ. All right, the phones are lighting up. I just said I'm not going to do it, so just don't call. Please, just don't call. I will open up the phone lines, and then you can get in line. Okay? All right. Oh man, look at the phones. Oh man, what am I going to do with all of you? Okay, good. Okay, they're starting to hang up. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Here we go. Now listen. I need my coffee. Tonight I'm going to be drinking a lot of coffee. Rita and I posted up on Facebook. I will do, you know what? I'm going to post it here. How's this? I will post this picture. This is what Rita and I are doing. Right? This, hold on. Here, I'm going to do it like this. This is what Rita and I are doing. We are building a house for real by ourselves. No help. I'll keep you posted. Okay, now I'm gonna post this picture up right now, and just to give everybody an idea about what we've been doing for the last couple of days and what I did today, right before the show. I just got to the bunker, okay, right now, is this. We are building this right now. And so, yes, I'm sunburnt. You can see my face, my neck, my arms, but we are building this. Check this out. You ready? Check it out. And if you want to see what I'm doing right now, go over to Twitter at JChurchRadio and check that out. We are building this. That's right. We are building a house. Is that incredible? It's Stonehenge. And you can see Rita right there so proudly displaying the number one. There's Teddy. You can see Malcolm in the background. He's running around. And but there you go. We are building that. And hopefully we'll be finished. This is obviously solid wood. And it's got an aluminum roof, a gabled roof. And rafters, the whole it's an insanity. But we did everything ourselves. We bought it. We demolished our old gazebo. We did that. We rented a truck. We picked this up. We brought it to the house. We unpacked it. We moved it. We did everything. Could have hired a contractors. But that's no fun. We are building this by ourselves, and this was early this morning, and there you go. So that's my day. That's my day. That's what we've been going through. So I need coffee. I'm so glad Karyn is here tonight. It's going to be a fun show. Really need it. And first thing tomorrow morning, bright and early, man. We were up at 7 this morning, 7 a.m., and working on this project. Okay, so there you go. That's what's going on. You know what to do. We will be opening up the phone lines later on in the show. And one question only, and it is Karyn Reece, psychic and medium, is here. Let's get straight to it. Lots of breaking news today, so let's get to everything because yesterday, authorities were searching for an armed woman in connection with alleged threats that led to lockouts at Columbine High School and 20 other Colorado schools. The FBI Denver Division and the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office identified the woman as 18-year-old Saul Pice. Okay, she traveled to Colorado on Monday night and had made threats in the Denver metropolitan area. Well, Pace was found dead this morning at the base of Mount Evans. That's right. She apparently killed herself with a pump-action shotgun she had purchased after arriving in Colorado. Police don't know why she went to Mount Evans. The driver of a rideshare dropped her off there and later helped police pinpoint the location. Incredible story. And as we know, in 3 days is April 20th. More on April 20th here in just a second. April 20th is the 20th anniversary of the Columbine massacre. Unbelievable. Also today, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, Fatty Fat, has inspected and directed a new tactical guided weapons firing test. This is according to a report from North Korea's state media. The report from news agency KCNA did not state exactly what kind of weapon was tested, nor its potential range. No missile launch was detected by U.S. Northern Command and our Strategic Command. Very interesting. It's probably artillery, right? Or some kind of, I don't know, multiple missile, it's just some little missile. Maybe it's a bazooka, new bazooka for North Korea. Here's the big April 20th news. Are you ready? I need everybody to just absorb this. I love it when I have this kind of news. Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr. is a burger chain out west. I believe it started here in Southern California, in Los Angeles. And out east, it's called Hardee's. But out here, it's called Carl's Jr. And here you go. Carl's Jr. announced that they are testing out a CBD burger. Seriously. The chain said today that it will sell the Rocky Mountain High Cheeseburger Delight Burger at one location in Denver, Colorado for just 1 day. Of course, it's April 20th, right? 420. The burger features a sauce infused with CBD. And I'm not making this up. This is serious. Though the promotion is limited, Carl's Jr. says it's not a stunt. The burger chain is using the test to determine whether a CBD burger belongs on its permanent menu. Times are a-changin'. Now, today, a new study was announced by 2 Harvard researchers. This is our space news. And it reveals that an interstellar object may have arrived here 5 years ago in 2014. That's right, when a small meteor crashed near Papua New Guinea in the South Pacific. Now, according to their research, this 1.5-foot wide object most likely came all the way from another solar system. Now, the report is complex and the data is deep, and I'm not going to get into that right now. But what they did is they looked at the time of the impact, where the sun was, trajectories, speed, and knew that the object could not have come from inside of our solar system. And then there was the makeup of what it was made of. All of the stuff that hits the earth is made from stuff from our solar system. Now, I'm going to get into this more tomorrow night on Fader Night, but it is crazy breaking news. All right. The Surfer Music streaming app. You've got to get it. You've got to get the Surfer Music streaming app. It's right here on my phone. There she is. Surfer Music streaming app. That's what it looks like. Click on the banners over at jimmychurchradio.com. Go straight there. Apple, Android, download it. You don't need emails. You don't need passwords. You don't need anything. No privacy, no data collection, nothing. All you do is download this on your phone. It's that simple. It's amazing. And you can start listening to all the cool music that you love now, completely free, the Surfer Music streaming app. You can also go to surfr.fm. Simple. Surfer Music streaming app. Our next event is coming up. It's coming up in a month. I cannot believe it. Contact in the Desert. It's May 31st through June 3rd in Indian Wells, Palm Springs, California at the Renaissance Indian Wells Resort and Spa. We've got a full Fade to Black weekend there. It's going to be great. I'll be hanging out with all of you. Friday night, we broadcast live, Fade to Black, with a studio audience. Saturday night, I am hosting the awards dinner. You need separate tickets for that. I want all Fadernauts there. It may even be sold out. So go to contactinthedesert.com and get that handled right now. And then, of course, like I do every year at Contact in the Desert, Sunday night I'll be hosting all the closing night events and the closing night panel. That's right. Yep, the big weekend. And then right after that is our 2019 Soul Tech Conference. We teach. It's going to be amazing. Fadernauts Unite. You know, one of the great things about Soul Tech is getting together with all the other Fadernauts and all the friends and the family and the things and memories that last a lifetime. We're going to be shooting another documentary this year. We've got a full, when I say full, all day, all night events. Okay, so July 4th weekend, Sunrise Ranch in Loveland, Colorado. You've got to sign up and get your tickets right now at soultechgathering.com. All right, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. It is now commercial free. Just $2 per month. Go to jimmychurchradio.com. Click on the podcast banner. You have access to over 1,000 archive shows right there for just $2 per month. You can also become an official Fadernaut over in our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. You can get all those autographed shirts and hats, all that fun stuff, private email to me, and commercial-free downloadable archives. Okay? Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Let's get the show cracking. Happy birthday to today, Tool frontman Maynard James Keenan, one of the greats. Today he is 55 years old. Sean Bean today is 60. Now, I know, you know Sean from Game of Thrones. I don't think of Sean Bean. I don't think of Game of Thrones when I think of Sean Bean. Oh, no. For me, it's Silent Hill. Yeah, I need to watch that movie again. Love it. And also today, the girl with the dragon tattoo, Rooney Mara. Today, she is 33 years old. And here we go. I need a moment of silence, please, because our dead guy's birthday today is Roddy Piper, 1954 to 2015, died at the age of 61. And, and I get it. He was one of the World Wrestling Federation superstars back in the 90s, and I get all of that. But it was his documentary film, They Live, that will forever ensure that we remember him for the big screen, not the ring, right? And exposing the ET invasion of planet Earth. There you go. Happy birthday, Roddy Piper. On July 31st, 2015, Piper died in his sleep at the age of 61 at his home right here in Hollywood, California. On this day in history, 1970, with the world anxiously watching Apollo 13, that's right, it suffered that severe malfunction and explosion on its journey to the moon. It safely returns to Earth. Here's your Fader fact. Yeah, and you can go ahead and use this one tomorrow. You ready? In September 2007, a guy named Kevin Shelley broke 46 wooden toilet seats with his head. He did it in 1 minute to create a world record. And that is your Fader Fact for today. Tonight, psychic medium Karyn Reece is here. We're going to be opening up the phone lines. You get one question. Don't get hung up on one question. Okay? All right. It's going to be great. Karyn Reece is here. Tomorrow night's another Fader night with open lines all night long. Now, right now, I'd like to give everyone a tip. Yeah. Buy Honda stock. No, I'm kidding. That's a good tip, though. That's a good tip. Buy CBD stock. All right. I'm going to give everyone a tip. And it's one that may seem obvious at first. May seem obvious. You've never thought of this. But it may seem obvious. And you will be thankful. So here we go. One of the best places to go for quirky, cool, and original fringe videos is not YouTube. Nope. YouTube is cool. But that's not, no. There's another place to go. In fact, there's two. Are you ready? It's actually Amazon and Netflix. Uh-huh. Commercial free, too. Yep. No advertising. Nope. No pop-ups. Okay? Now, this is what you do. And I'm serious. I'll talk about some things that I've seen here in just a second. But all you have to do is search. Search simple words like space, UFOs, time travel, quantum, physics, right? Science. And that's when the magic happens. Okay? You can really go deep. What happens is a suggested string of videos pops up. And then when you click on one of those videos, find something, time travel, whatever, the science of time travel, quantum mechanics, quantum theory, physics, whatever it is, right? Space, the universe. That's another great one to search, right? And simulation theory. It doesn't matter, right? Go and do a search word. And then click on one of those videos. You can watch it if you want. But then underneath that, more suggested videos appear. And they get out there. And then when you click on one of it, as it gets more and more out there, and you click on those videos, then another string, and it's endless. It is frigging endless. On and on and on and on. I've seen some of the most cool and craziest things. And this all started for me. I mean, when we first got Netflix, everything else, and suggested videos are popping up, because I'm watching time travel movies or whatever, and lots of science fiction and things. And so I get a lot of science fiction, a lot of history, get a lot of that stuff. Okay. And we watch a lot of television series too. So we get those suggested. But it's when you search. Okay, and so one night, and I don't know what it was, universe, space, once you just plug in one word, it goes so, and one, so I'm clicking, I said, what's this video, right? And the video was called The Largest Galaxy in the Universe, right? That's like the title of like, what? So go and I click on that, and it turns out to be about this software called Space Engine. That's something else you should look up right now. Google that, Space Engine. Space Engine is this software that allows you to travel at the speed of light, if you want other speeds, whatever, choose your starship, and fly to any star, any solar system, any planet, anywhere in the universe. I swear to you. Now, that sounds crazy. And then you can go find a galaxy, go, and cruise around a black hole, all in real time. All of the stars that are, all of the solar systems around these, it is the most insane thing you've ever seen in your life. I found that on Amazon or Netflix. I can't even remember. And that opened up the door to Space Engine and what that is all about. The other day, it was last week, and Rita hates this because, she's sleeping and I'm just sitting there just, going deep on Netflix and Amazon. And I find these kooky videos. And so, like last week, and it doesn't even matter, the title of this video was something like The Secrets of Dark Matter and Dark Energy. Something like that. And I thought, okay, that seems cool. So I click on that 30-minute video. And I got to tell you, it got so deep into the science and the expansion of the universe and dark energy and what has happened in the last 5 years, and pretty deep. And then about 2/3 of the way through the video, full on UFO alien connection to dark energy and communication. I'm like, where's this coming from? It was all science, and now with this whole UFO ET intelligence monitoring Earth and using dark energy to travel space at the speed of light, and this way, and it's just a video on Netflix. It was like, and you can continue to do this. It is one of the best sources for all things fringe. And the further you go, and I'm just wondering how these people, the creators of this content, maybe it's on YouTube somewhere, it would take you forever to find it. But somehow maybe this content is being just transferred over to Netflix and Amazon. I don't know how it's done, but it's there and it's deep. It is a vast amount of fringe, conspiracy, time travel, hardcore science. Last week, I watched the most amazing documentary on the ALMA Observatory down in Chile, how they built that and what they are doing with it, right? And ALMA, okay, just go check that out, ALMA. And it's just a video that you would never have seen before. Slickly produced, slickly done, and produced in 2019. Would have never found it if I just wasn't searching and going deep with the word space. Nuts. It's absolutely amazing. Go and check it out. It is your new source. New source. Forget about YouTube. Tonight, Karyn Reece is here. I'm going to take a quick break. Psychic and medium, and later on, we'll be opening up the phone lines and taking your phone calls. I've laid down the rules. One question. Have fun tonight. It's going to be an amazing show. Karyn Reece is one of the best. I am your host, Jimmy Church. You can email me right now, Jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com. Follow me on Twitter @JChurchRadio. If you don't want to get through on the phones, post something up on hashtag F2BQ on Twitter, and I'll see if I can get it in. All right, this is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net. KGRA Radio. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black Blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hey folks, guess what the number one phrase that Life Change Tea receives by email? You ready? We love this tea. We love this tea. Time after time, week after week, we love this tea. Life Change Tea gives you more energy, a beautiful cleansing, and fulfills its slogan perfectly. The tea that makes you go. So if you want to be on your health game, log on to getthetea.com and order Life Change Super Strength Tea. Packages come in a 1-month supply, and when you brew this stuff, wait until you see the results. Aren't we all about the results? And with a lot of people's health struggling, we can use a little bit of help. Doctors will tell you disease starts in the gut. So log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. Be our next email saying, I love this tea. I love this tea. Get the tea at getthetea.com. Helping America one tea bag at a time.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, The Planet.
Do you want to lose weight but have no idea where to begin? The Fast Start Diet, a 3-day weight loss plan, is the answer. 3 days of nutritionally balanced, calorie-restricted meals delivered right to your door. No shopping, no measuring, and no cooking. Everything is prepared for you and ready to eat at home or on the go. The Fast Start Diet has all the amazing benefits of intermittent fasting without starving. We've helped thousands of people who have struggled to reach their weight loss goals. Isn't it time we helped you? With the Fast Start Diet, you'll lose weight and feel great.
Find Fast Start Diet on Amazon or go to faststartdiet.com and use promo code TALK to get 10% off your first box. And as a special bonus, Fast Start will include their #1 rated Lipo3 appetite suppressant spray free with your order. This is Jimmy Church. And whatever your diet plans are, do what I did. Go to faststartdiet.com.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. You can follow me on Twitter right now at JChurchRadio. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox. All of our chat rooms are open. You can head over there too as well. And email is jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com. Tonight, psychic and medium Karyn Reece is here. I want to remind everybody, tomorrow night is another Fader night with open lines all night long. We're going to be doing that tonight too as well. Karyn Reece. She has been giving detailed psychic readings and consultations to over 10,000 individuals to date, including law enforcement, business professionals, film stars, and a wide variety of artists and filmmakers. Karyn is a seasoned television and film speaker and guest and has been viewed on the Learning Channel, A&E, CW, Discovery, Lifetime, and Biography channels. She's both a psychic and a medium. We'll get to that. And has helped many people cope with the death of a loved one by providing a way of direct communication. Karyn's gift of prophecy and psychic predictions has been proven to be accurate and unmatched. Her expertise in haunted phenomena and exorcism has resulted in the removal of such energies and the restoration of peace and harmony. Karyn has acted as a psychic artist and has been instrumental in solving cold cases for law enforcement. She is a skilled psychic historian, providing professionals with detailed information on historical places and objects. She's also a published author, gifted artist, former stockbroker. We'll get to that, with a BS degree in business from SUNY. Tonight, we're going to be talking about her life as a psychic and a medium, and later on, we will be taking your phone calls. So get ready. I would like to welcome for the first time to Fade to Black, Karyn Reece. Karyn, good evening.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. How are you?
It's going to be a great evening, but it's
already fantastic.
But you already knew that.
Yeah, but it's funny. I was listening to you a few minutes ago,
yeah.
And I heard you talk about Honda stock, and I was going to talk about Toyota stock before you said that. I'm like, I knew you were going to talk about stock because I have a position in Toyota. Love it.
right. And it's so funny when somebody you got a tip for me. They're usually they want to get into broadcasting. And I'll go, dude, buy Starbucks. Buy Starbucks stock. There's a tip for you. So, yeah, it's a funny inside joke. And now this is the thing. You're a first-time guest on the show, which means you get the first-time guest disclaimer. So let's get that out of the way.
Oh, good. I'm a virgin. That's
yeah,
good.
That's
okay.
right. That's right. And it's this, Karyn, it's just you and I sitting on my couch having a conversation as friends. And when that conversation starts, it starts. Where it ends, but we're going to end as friends. There you go. See, that wasn't that hard, was it?
No, that's warm and fuzzy. I love that.
Yeah, there you go. We've been doing that. I remember it was like improvised, 5 or 6 years ago. And I just kept it up, right, with all the first-time guests. And now it's such a tradition around here. Once in a while, I'll forget it, and Twitter lights up. I'll start getting email during the show. Dude, you forgot the first-time guest disclaimer. So, there you go. All right.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
It's going to be great. And I'm going to let everybody know. You can go to KarynReece.com and you can make contact with Karyn there. But I will be a guest on Karyn's show, television.
Yes, you will be.
I will be, and we're going to be taping that this Friday. And when that is ready, you'll let me know, and I'll announce it out on the air.
Absolutely. So probably it'll take 2 weeks.
Right.
So we're going to merge you into the live show that I do here locally. So we'll show you and then mix it all up. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. So I have to shave?
You don't have to. We'll let you have a pass on that one.
Okay.
Although I did hear recently there's a lot of bacteria in beards. I saw that on TV the other day.
Yeah. Did you
see that? Creepy.
Okay. And so, my daughter comes in and goes, okay, man, the beard thing. and I go, I got a goatee, right? I don't have a beard. And I'm all self-conscious. I'm like, man. But that was one of the most disturbing. And see, this is the thing. just like the man buns, right? Which I find hysterical. All of you man bun wearers out there, do your thing. That's not what I'm saying. But it's also a trend. People are doing it because they see somebody else do it, right? It's just a trend. Not that it looks cool. And they think it looks cool. But now it's all about growing the beard. And beards are nasty.
Oh, God, the real long ones? Like the super long ones? I'm like, tight to the face is good, but the long ones, I'm with you.
All the debris that is just fermenting and living in there. Okay, so anyway, moving on.
Hilarious.
Moving on. But I will shave for the show. Okay, let's get started here. We've got a busy night tonight. We'll be opening up the phone lines. I'm excited about that. I've laid down the law. One question and one question only, which means, Karyn, that you cannot turn around and ask somebody a question. The next thing you know,
gotcha.
A 5-minute phone call turns into 25 minutes.
Oh yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah, and let's get as many of our audience through tonight as possible because it's so much fun when we do this. But I have to ask you the most obvious question. If you go and get a degree in business and you're a stockbroker and life is good, what happened? Where does that left hand turn?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
Well, my life has been so non-normal, in a weird kind of way. But I'll tell you, I actually started in college because I was artistically gifted. I was really good in science, and I thought about being a plastic surgeon in my first semester. But along the way, I was waitressing. I was a poor kid growing up. And I saw an advertisement to be a stockbroker. So within my first semester, I went down and I passed the exam. I remember going for the interview and they said, what does a positive mean and the negative? I go, well, positive obviously means good.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, negative means negative. So I passed the exam and then I got my insurance license and I was great at cold calling. I was actually the youngest female stockbroker here in upstate New York at that time. And so I did that for like 5 years. But you know what? It's funny, this industry, or being a psychic medium, I knew as a kid I'd be on TV. I remember going out of body, looking at my Akashic book, which we all have, which has all your lifetimes in it. Mine was a red leather-looking book with gold letters, where most people had brown. And I remember opening it up, and they said you would be on national TV. You would work and practice as a psychic medium full time. And at the time, when I was a kid, I didn't think anything of it, nor did I think anything when I was a stockbroker. But the universe just led me. I had clients, and I started having a snowball effect. So after about 5 years, I moved out of that, did a few other things in the money business, but continued to build my practice. And actually, it was funny. At one point, I heard, you need to quit your job now because your practice will snowball immediately. And I'm like, oh, no, that's taking a big leap of faith. Long story short, I ended up quitting like within a week or two. And I'm not kidding you, within like 2 weeks of having that information, my business just boomed. So, the universe will push you where you need to go.
What makes you different from other psychics and other mediums out there? I've interviewed many on this program, and I've got I've developed some great friendships and stuff with some of them, but they're all different, and in some cases there are a lot the same, if you know what I mean, too, as well. What makes you different?
Well, there's two things that I'm very well known for detail. So when I sit down with somebody and I get into my reading, a deep reading, tonight will be fast with our information, but even still, we'll get some information. But details, names, numbers, dates, and times, whether it's a future name, somebody comes back, or like I did a show, our last show about 2 months ago, we took a little time off, and this gentleman who didn't want to, come to the show, his wife made him come because we have the live audience, then we kick it out to the TV land. And I said, you're connected to a Howard. I didn't know that, man. That's an unusual name. And it turns out it was his son-in-law. So definitely details. The other thing is I don't try to milk issues. When I sit down with my client, they get a lot of information. Some make sense. Some of that information are future predictions. So those are the two things. And I'm not a psychological person. Everybody has a gift, but not everybody is going to be to the extent that my level of psychics are into. Anybody could put a shingle up and say that they're a psychic. I guess that's what I'm saying, but not everybody's going to really hit that, that high level. So it's kind of interesting. So that they'll give the psychological analysis instead of giving like actual, validations. Your father's here used to call you boo, or whatever the situation may be, or, there's somebody by the Herman connected to you, or helmet. Oh, that's my father-in-law. So those are the highlights of what I do, and I give a lot of information.
Helmet.
And I like to have fun.
Helmet. Okay, that's pretty specific. I mean,
I've had that.
Yeah,
Actually, I think somebody has it. That's why I'm saying it. That's called a bleed through too. As a psychic, a lot of times you get bleed throughs. So I might say something, and then as I get into the reading, it relates. I'm like, that's why I said, whatever.
Now, I want to. I live in Burbank, right? Mm-hmm. The center of the known entertainment universe, right here. Got a lot of friends that are, in the music business, film, television directors, and they're everywhere that you go, right? Those types of people. But when you get outside of Burbank and you're in Middle America, and somebody starts to hear things like you're working with film stars or artists or entertainers, they perk up. They want to know these things. So I want to know them too. Drop a name. I want you to name drop right now.
I wish I could.
Oh.
But because I have that, confidentiality thing.
Okay, Brad Pitt.
I haven't read Brad Pitt. I haven't read him.
Okay. So what? I have to ask. I have to go down a list, and then maybe you can tap one foot or something.
Oh, I could tell you something psychic about them, but if I've done a reading with them, I try to maintain, integrity. So I have that confidentiality, because a lot of times I'll do readings with people, and you'd be surprised at the stuff that comes out. Ooh, I'll tell you.
I know. I want to know. I want to know the steamy stuff. Is there one? Is there one? Is there one client, an artist, entertainer, that would be okay saying that you have a relationship?
Most of them keep it quiet because of the information that comes out, that they don't want it out on the,
Okay.
Because you already have like inquiry and all the, other papers and things like that. I'd have to ask them. I'll tell you, police are like that too. When I've done cold cases, because I was approached to do a TV show, and I've worked on some really kooky cases, but a lot of the cops are like, oh, I can't go on camera, I can't validate, blah, 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 which I get that too.
Okay, so let's flip it around then. Don't give me a name, but what's the steamiest thing you found out that you had to reveal for said Hollywood entertainer?
Well, there's been a couple of really interesting things. One of which I didn't predict, but talked about a three-way, but it was with a daughter of a star who was involved with this man. It was like a boyfriend, and the boyfriend and the daughter and the mother had a three-way. And
was the client the daughter or the mother?
Oh, it was the mother.
And she didn't know? Wait. She didn't know that you knew, but you revealed this to her.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah. So she would definitely not want that out.
Wow. Well, she's a return client. That's for sure.
Listen,
wow.
I get some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I've had people come in where this woman came in. I said, oh, you're sleeping with your brother. It was actually her stepbrother. And they were like 40-year-old people. I'm like, okay, whatever. That's a little beyond my, whatever. Do your thing.
How do you, and how do you control that? How do you control it? Is there a way to shut off things that even you personally don't want to deal with, whether it is something salacious or maybe something criminal or something really nutty? Is there a way to avoid it?
Yes and no. I'll get bleed throughs, and but I typically, will just ignore them. I'll give you a really interesting example, and I'll wait till it happens, because sometimes you can do things. Other times it's just God's way of preparing you. And I learned that when I was 7 and my brother was 6 at the time, because I kept seeing a vision of my father, and he just had a checkup, what have you. And 3 weeks later, I kept seeing him laid out in a casket. And 3 weeks later, he dropped dead unexpectedly. And I remember, discussing that with my gram, who was also very psychic and a very spiritualist woman. And she said, it's just God's way of preparing you. But a while back, my brother called. It was a Tuesday, and I was at the office, and I hate being bothered when I'm at work. I had just come in from lunch, and my brother called. He goes, do you remember a conversation on Tuesday? And I said, no. He goes, did you look at the news? And I said, well, no. And he said, well, you did one of those. We were talking Saturday night, and you said, and oh, by the way, Kevin, there's going to be an engine failure with one of the Southwest airplanes. You're not going to be a pilot that day, because he's a pilot for the airlines for Southwest. And he said, and you told me that a woman would pass, but everybody else would be led to safety. I said, yeah. And he said, go look at the news. He said, it happened this morning. I'm like, oh, okay. So,
well, can you change somebody's future with this?
Yes. And I always tell people nothing's set in stone. If you keep doing what you're doing, the energy, it's like an energy grid, like a frequency, like a radio frequency.
Right.
It continues to go in this one direction. It's going to hit this target, like the AM dial or FM dial. But you have the ability to manipulate that in most cases. Now, there are a few exceptions, one of which is when it's your time to leave this earth, it's your time, your final time. Sometimes you get a couple close calls. But it's a certain point. And there are some other things that maybe before you incarnate, you agree to, here's my frame of reference, do I want to have a car accident, a big one, or do I want to have a fender bender to learn how to drive better, So there are certain things that you can manipulate. About 95% of the things you can change, So if you keep doing what you're doing, this is what you're going to get. But if you don't like that outcome, then you need to, address it, and you can make some changes.
Now, okay, you're out shopping. Right.
I love to do that. You must be a psychic, Jimmy.
Yes, you're out shopping.
Shop
right?
therapy.
And you're talking to a salesperson, and then suddenly something pops into your head about the salesperson. And now, and you are, what do you do at that moment? Is it something that you would, do not walk out in the parking lot today and step in front of the bus, right? Look both ways before you cross the street. Right. Is that something that you would, or do you keep that private?
Typically speaking, I don't come right out and say things like that. I think it's really inappropriate. And I see a lot of people, they want to be such a psychic that they'll go up and they're not really psychic, typically speaking, or they have a little bit of talent. Just like everybody can draw a stick figure, not everybody's a Da Vinci. But I think it's pretty much inappropriate to go up to somebody unless it's something really serious. And then there's a tactful way of maybe putting it there, but some people aren't receptive. So I try to respect other people. You might want to say, here's my card, if you ever, would like to come in and, oh, you're a psychic. And then they open up, then you can say, yeah, it's kind of funny because when I was talking to you, so you kind of lead them that way. I don't usually do that. I've only done it a few occasions.
Has it bit you when you did it?
It worked out well.
In fact,
one lady, I'll tell you what I did. It was funny because I was buying a coat and I was at Macy's at the time. And this woman's son, I didn't know who this woman was. It was the first time she was waiting on me. She was an older woman, was standing right next to her. I'm Mark, I'm, Mary's son. And I'm like looking. So then she said, oh, I need your charge card. I said, oh, I don't have it. How about my license? And then I gave her my business card instead of my license. And she goes, oh, you're a psychic. And I said, yeah, it's kind of funny. And I said, actually, it's really funny. I've got somebody around you, here's my license. And she continued. And then she's like, oh, tell me a little bit. I said, well, to be honest with you, it's your son. Another time, this is a funny story too. I had to go in for some neck surgery. And 6 weeks prior, this kid, 22-year-old kid, blonde, blue-eyed, kept coming to me. My mother's going to be your nurse. My mother's going to be your nurse. So I went in for the surgery, which I knew I'd have an allergic reaction, which I had taken a Allegra ahead of time, which was smart on my part. And when I finally came out, I had this lovely nurse, and I had to stay the night, which really sucked, by the way. But 11 o'clock, this woman comes in at 11 o'clock at night. Her name was Michelle. And I said, we started talking. I said, can I have some more anti-nausea medicine, blah, blah, blah. And we were talking for a few minutes, and I said, oh, yeah, I'm a psychic, medium. This is what I do for a living, blah, blah. And I feel good, blah, blah. I'm a little sick to my stomach. And she's like, you are? And I go, yeah. And I said, I'm assuming you find that interesting. So I kind of like gently brought her in, and she goes, yeah, I find that fascinating. I said, well, that's good because you have a son in the spirit world. His name is Chris, and he's been bugging me for the last 6 weeks every time I go to work. And she was like dumbfounded. Oh my God, my son died 2 years ago. It was a drug overdose. She was heartbroken. I said, there are no such things as coincidence. Wow. But I vetoed that. Yeah. So, because I really don't think it's appropriate. I think it's kind of creepy, to tell you the truth. If somebody came up to me, and the other thing is, a lot of times when those psychics go up to people, they're going to tell you the nonsense. You're psychic. You've got something evil around you. This is all nonsense, by the way.
Right.
Or they'll just try to pick you apart, and then depending on the personality, you might have somebody that's, a little touched in the head and you don't want to set them off.
Right.
So I just don't think it's a very ethical way. Just like with clients, I don't want to see them for at least 6 to 8 months. And there are psychics out there that will let you keep coming back. And again, I'm like, your life isn't going to change that much. If it's something that does pop up or something super pressing, but you don't want to have somebody coming to you all the time. They're spending their money and it's hard-earned money, which I respect. And you're not going to get that much of a change. And you don't want to have that it just becomes not a real healthy relationship.
A psychic with ethics.
Yes.
I like that. And we're going to be headed towards a break here in about 3 minutes. And I want to set up for when we come back. And I wanted to know, what is the difference between a psychic and a medium?
You want to know it now or
yes,
after the break?
I would like to know it now. Well, you were supposed to know that I wanted it now.
Well, you kind of confused me. I am blonde, you know that.
Okay. No, what's the difference?
Moments.
I think most confuse or think that they are one and the same.
They're not. All mediums are psychics, but not all psychics are mediums. Mediums are people that can communicate clearly to the other side. And by the way, fake mediums will do this. I've got your grandfather here. Almost everybody has a dead grandparent. And sometimes there's legitimacy to that. But you'll get cases too where it's nonsense because you can just assume you're going to have a dead grandparent, what have you. But mediums are going to communicate to the other side, to spirits. Psychics, on the other hand, will tell you past, present, and future. So I always tell people, if you think of like a school like relationship, high school, junior high, that's your psychics. And then mediumship would be more like your university.
Now, with the medium, I want you to give advice to the audience really quick. When do you run away from a medium?
Typically you would run away if you're getting nothing but negativity, or if somebody's telling you that your house is haunted, that you have a burial on your property, that your great uncle left coins, it's hidden in your house, or they keep allowing you to come back. Yeah, come back next week, or you need to buy these candles to get rid of, these evil spirits, or that they're giving you a lot of nonsense. Like when I read, I always, when I sit down with a customer or a client, I'll try to validate something. Oh, your birthday's in April. You know what? Your mother's name is Mary. Yes, it's Marianne. That type of thing. You want to get a couple little things. They may not be that most exciting, just so you know. Audience members need to know, as long as there's a hit, you're in the right energy field. But a lot of times people will be, giving you nonsense. Or, the other problem I have with psychics or psychic mediums, when they try to give you psychological information rather than psychic information, they might say something to the effect is, you need to be better to yourself. And you know what you should be doing, kind of like vague stuff like that.
Right.
So that's when the red flag goes up.
And when that happens, is that the fault of the psychic or the medium, or is it just that this is something that may be fraudulent?
I've seen both. I knew of this one psychic, and she was actually stalking me. That's so funny. I get ghosts that stalk me, but whatever. And, she says, we're going to do it the new way. You're going to tell me who you want to connect with, what their name is, and blah, blah, blah. She was so fake, and those types of psychics put a bad spin. Some people do it deliberately because there's no, certification. There's no compliance or any type of legal overseer in this industry. So there will be people that will try to, like in any industry, take advantage of other people. And then there are people that genuinely believe that they're psychic. And again, everybody has a little bit of intuition, so they may feed off of that, but they're really not psychic. Again, some of the common remarks that I hear, well, that other psychic told me I'm psychic. Well, I'm sure she told you that because she likes to make you feel good, or they'll say things like you were molested, you're going to write a book. And some people, that might be the case, but those are very common things that I hear. Or you're going to find coins from your Uncle Chester, down in the basement. Just keep looking, just nonsense stuff.
Right. Let's take a break right here. When we come back, we'll continue this conversation with Karyn Reece. And at the bottom of the hour, we will be opening up the phone lines. The rules have been, right. The rules have been laid. One question. Karyn, I've only hung up on like 2 people in my entire career. Maybe,
really?
Maybe tonight I'll get to hang up on somebody. We'll be right back with Karyn Reece after this short break. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas. Introducing the new Surfer Music app. Listen, Fade or not, you know I love my music. This is my go-to for all things notes. The Surfer app is a brand new concept in music listening. Surfer is free, providing unlimited access to thousands of live streaming radio stations. Surfer is an exciting, interactive listening experience. Discovery and surprise are built right in. Surfer is your destination to discover and rediscover great live streaming music. It features high-quality audio streams, free access to music from thousands of live streaming radio stations, unlimited listening, unlimited skipping. You get a music visualizer, and you can also select your favorite channels. Get it at the Apple App Store or Google Play. Just search Surfer Music or click on the Surfer banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Go back, Lee Tappy.
Folks, this is very important information. What's to be said about CBD? AncientLifeOil.com. Our CBD is made from hemp and has 0.003 THC, which means this wonderful product won't get you high, no matter what amount you take. What does CBD do for the body? My hands are tied. But you can Google CBD benefits and be astounded. When you're finished reading, you'll want to log on to AncientLifeOil.com. That's AncientLifeOil.com and purchase. Life is good when you feel good. People are tired of pain. People are asking for non-GMO organic products to help them with you fill in the blank. Legal in 49 states, and again, our CBD is made from hemp. Ancient Life Oil is about helping people one by one by one. If you wonder how good the product is, the CEO takes it every day without miss. AncientLifeOil.com. That's AncientLifeOil.com. Have a great day.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, on the Game Changer Network and the KGRA Digital Broadcast Station.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers.
Yes.
We're of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And I'm Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
And you're listening to Jimmy Church.
The Revolution.
Reclaim your active lifestyle with Angioprim. Angioprim is the original liquid oral chelation supplement. Chelation helps remove toxins, heavy metals, and cholesterol in your veins and arteries that can cause blockages. Scientific research proves the active ingredient in Angioprim has superior oral chelation action that helps promote cardiovascular health. Find out more. Go to angioprim.com. Talk to a trained consultant by calling Angioprim toll-free 877-882-7221.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernaut by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hey, it's Grace. Can we talk about something serious for a minute? Your age. Getting old has its perks. But remember, being a few years younger, you know, your hair was thicker, you didn't have so many wrinkles, that extra weight wasn't haunting you, and you just felt better. Well, we can't turn back the clocks and go back 10 or 15 years, but you can start feeling and looking 10 or 15 years younger with Nature's Youth RSF. It's a doctor-formulated daily supplement that helps your body maintain its peak performance and fight the aging process. Imagine sleeping better, looking better, and feeling better. See how Nature's Youth RSF has helped thousands of people just like you at nature'syouth.com. nature'syouth.com. Imagine how it will feel when your family and friends are asking you what you did to look so good. Your secret will be Nature's Youth RSF. It's time to start looking better and feeling better. Learn more and order your Nature's Youth RSF at nature'syouth.com. That's nature'syouth.com. That's nature'syouth.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, across the globe on the Game Changer Radio Network and the one and only KGRA Radio, The Planet.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's going to be a great night on the show tonight. Karyn Reece is here. She is a psychic and a medium. And at the bottom of the hour, we'll be opening up the phone lines. Just one question. Make it good. That's all you got to do, right? Just one question. Karyn, are you on Twitter?
I am, but I haven't been on there in a while. I usually have my assistant do it, but I am on Twitter.
You tweet in the third person.
Yeah, usually I'm like, check it over because I'm so busy. You know, it's hard to do 20 different things.
Right. Okay. Well, yes. What's your Twitter handle?
I think it's just Karyn Reece.
Okay, with a Y.
Why? Because my parents were not hooked on phonics. Yep.
Yeah, Karyn with a
And
Y.
I got a C instead of an S for Reese. Exactly.
Now, I have seen, and I'm fascinated with the psychic side of law enforcement and the solving of crimes. How did you get involved with that? Did they approach you, or did you have a break in a case and you contacted them?
Actually, I've been approached, and I've also put reaches out there. I've had clients where I've worked on some of their cases, and then I've had clients that are involved, that work for the FBI or, other law enforcement, disciplines. So I've worked on cases with them, cold cases.
And can you give me one?
That's hard to say too, because I always try to keep everything confidential.
Right. Well, keep the names. Keep the names out. How's that?
Yeah, only because I sign paperwork with my clients, so it's I'm confidential, they're confidential. What I can tell you, though, when we've had very well-known cases like the Scott Peterson case, or when we had the shooters out of Washington, D.C., as soon as Scott Peterson went on camera, the very first day I said he killed her, and he went in, he ended up dumping Lacey's body into the water, which is really sad. But I remember doing a little mini meditation, and I felt the water going over my face, so I know for a fact she went in. It's like I went into the victim's body for that experience. So, and that's what happens when I do a lot of my work. I'll go into the mind of the perpetrator, or I'll go into the unfortunate victim, and I'll pick up that information.
And what about when we start to talk about religion or exorcism and demonic things? How do you get involved with that?
Sounds like some of my ex-boyfriends back in the day.
I know.
Well, I'll tell you, people will come to me when they have situations, and it's funny. One day I had 5 calls, and when my assistant said, you got 5 calls, I said the only one that has anything really going on is this person, because I'll know ahead of time. And typically, which is funny, usually the day before I have a cleansing to do, I'll start getting harassed. I've gone home, lights have gone off. I've heard doors banging in the middle of the night. The heat goes down. In my dreams, the last time, which was several months ago, I had a really wicked case that I had to work on. And in my dream state, I remember being pulled out of my body, which we all go out of body, at night. And all of a sudden I'm being pushed, and I'm free falling on my back. Now, as I'm free falling, I'm looking at a beautiful blue sky above me, but to the left and to the right, I started seeing all these caverns. And the lower I was going, the more demonic it was getting. And I'm laughing because they were trying to, take my soul and, basically kill me off. And just as I was getting low enough, I remember saying, I surround myself with God's white light, and bing, bam, I was right back up at the top. So I do have a very strong belief in God. I'm not religious. I do pray to Mother Mary. I've seen Jesus. I've actually walked on water out of body, which sounds really weird, but I've had different experiences like that.
And when somebody approaches you, where they've got to get something cleansed, whether it is their house or maybe them personally, what is it that you need to hear from somebody that that it is something demonic or it's not, psychosis or something crazy?
Well, I rely on 2 things. Obviously, rely on my psychic. I can always tell if there's something sinister around them or something sinister that would be coming up around them. So I know that psychically. But usually my assistant will be the one handling the front desk, and she'll say, send us some evidence. So if you have a video, in your office building and in the warehouse, you see chairs being, pulled around, or, there are different scratches on your body and weird places. And, you're doing some video or maybe some pictures where you see like funny energy, like blobs of, smoky stuff or milk, then usually I'll take a look at it, because you do get people that are very, emotional about this. They think that their house is haunted. That's why they're not selling it. It's like, no,
right.
Your house is a disaster. Paint the walls,
Right.
Or everybody thinks their kid is psychic today. And there are a lot of young kids that are psychic, but not every kid is really psychic. So you get a lot of people that get all excited, which I can appreciate that too. But,
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question for me.
Sure.
Now, there are not a lot, but there's been enough of it that identify me, the show was called Fade to Black, so there's some dark, sinister reason for the title of the show and to beware, or whatever, and that, and I know who I am, but when you met me, did I have anything dark about me? Did I have a dark aura? Did I have a light aura? Did I have anything that stood out to you?
No, actually, when I first met you, I realized I knew you in a past life, and I also had a very good, warm, fuzzy feeling about you. I thought, your soul speaks. So deep down, I mean, I knew instantly that you were a very good person.
Past life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look good for 10,000 years old.
Yeah, okay. 10,000 years ago, we were hanging.
You had your man cave then, and you can have your man cave now.
Wow. Are you being serious?
Yeah. No, I did really know you. And yeah, you have had multiple lifetimes. But when I first met you, I'm like, oh, I've known you from other lifetimes. You know how you know that when you feel like you've always known someone, or you meet somebody and either you really like them or you don't like them. So chances are you had some kind of an experience with that person, good, bad, or indifferent. Why do we go through that? I really want to know the answer to that. In that you meet somebody for the first time and it's either yay or nay, right? And if you have the wrong vibe from somebody, is there any way to correct that, or do you just go off of your gut instinct? Because I tend to go off my gut instinct. Yeah, most people do that. That's just a natural, reaction people have. As far as reincarnation, let's face it, we're a bunch of dumbasses. We have to come back and try to learn the lesson, or maybe hopefully improve upon ourselves.
Right.
But when you meet somebody and you have a bad vibe about them, my recommendation is you probably shouldn't hang with them. Move away, only because you're asking for trouble. And obviously you're getting some sort of signal, either it's a past life or it's in a current life, that you're picking up psychically that this person is no good. So why throw pearls to swine and waste your time? You could be polite about it.
Right.
But you don't want to stay with them because, what do they say? Water seeks its own level. You start hanging out with somebody lower, then before you know it, you'll pull lower energy in, because we're all energy beings.
Yeah. Yeah, and it'll be a friendship that you have to work at, right?
Oh God, yeah, too much work.
Yeah, too much work. Too much work. Life is
High
short.
Maintenance, exactly.
Now, what I've done enough of these types of shows to know the typical question, which is, I'm going to ask you, what's a bad question? Because everybody wants to know, am I going to be successful in my career? Do I need to change jobs? Am I ever going to find love? Are these real questions?
Yes, they are. Actually, the way I do my readings, I'll sit with somebody and I'll tell them, write your 3 top questions on the back of this form, fold it up and give it to me. So I don't look at those questions till about the end. And then I start reading them. And usually I'll answer their questions before I get to the end. But those are real questions. I do get people from time to time that'll say, when am I going to die? I actually had that today. This poor woman had lost her son. And I said, we still have work to do. And I know when I'm going to die too. But so that's one question that I'm like, you shouldn't be focusing on that. Right now, you have work here left to do. Before you know it, you'll be on the other side and you'll say, life went by a wink in the eye, so make the most, work smarter, not harder in this lifetime, make the most that you can be.
Is there a bad question? Is there a question where you just roll your eyes and go, okay?
Yeah, there are some questions that people will ask, will I have sex again with my 25-year-old girlfriend, and you got an 80-year-old guy, and you're like, that's a little too much information,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you'll get silly questions. I wouldn't say that there's really any bad question, because most people, my point is to help these people get to a better place, which is my, where I'm at. But, some people, I will say, sometimes there are bad questions when people say, will my ex-husband die? I don't like to hear those types of questions, because what the underlying meaning is of that. So those questions I don't really like. But again, you take those and you try to figure out a way to give it more of a positive way of looking at it. No, your ex-husband isn't going to die, but, if you work at your relationship, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. And what do you need? We'll be opening up the phone lines here in a few minutes. What do you need from a caller? Their name? Anything else?
If they want to tell me their name, and some times I will tell you names sounded like a share care type of connection, or I might say Elizabeth instead of Betty or Beth instead of Becky. So they can tell me their name. If they want to ask a question, just because we're on a short time and we want to hit as many people as we can, might make it a little bit more meaningful, because I'll pick up a read, but I might be picking up a read on their love life when they want to talk about their business or, that type of thing.
Now, that's what I was alluding to earlier. What do you do when that happens, right? Somebody wants to ask you about their business, and they're very concerned about that. That's not where the connection is. The connection is your wife is cheating on you. Mm-hmm. What do you do?
That's I got to tell you a funny story. Once I shouldn't say once, but I get strange cases from time to time, and I'll tell you another 2 funny stories. But I'll never forget the time that I had this beautiful bride come to me, and she was all ready to get married and so on and so forth. And her husband-to-be was having an affair with her maid of honor. So it's funny, how those situations occur. But, at the time of the reading.
What was the ending to that story?
The ending was she didn't get married. She ended up bringing this to light, and the rest is history.
Now, wait. This is good. This is good. Hold on. Let's back up. So the bride-to-be comes to you. Mm-hmm. What was her concern? Well, I mean, what was she coming to you for?
She was excited about getting married. She wanted to know if she was going to be able to have kids. She was a little bit older. She's like 34, 35.
Right.
And then in the course of the reading, I said, and there's whatever the name was, Jessica in your wedding. Oh, yes. I said, she's your maid of honor. I said, well, I'll tell you what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing that there's been a connection, a physical connection, a sexual encounter with the two of them. She didn't want to believe me. And I said, well, keep your ears and eyes open. I said, but that's what I'm seeing. I mean, it's up to you. But if you continue down this path, obviously, that's not the way to build a relationship. You're getting married, you're putting your heart and soul into it, you're looking for a partner, so on and so forth. And at the time, she didn't believe me. And I don't know, probably about 2 weeks later, it came to fruition, it came to light. And she called me and she said, you were absolutely right.
Holy
because she
mackerel.
found some text messages, so she canceled the wedding.
Now, okay, you sign a confidentiality agreement, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, between you and your client. And your client says, okay, Karyn, I need to know, will the police find all the dead bodies buried in my backyard? Mm-hmm. What do you do?
I psychically tune in and I keep things confidential. A funny story I'll never forget.
Do you call the police?
No, I don't. But what I do urge them to do is to call it. Now, if I know for a fact that this person's going to be out doing more, mayhem, I've never had a case like that per se. I would definitely inform, law enforcement, because I do work with them. But it's a very touchy kind of situation, because as a psychic too, you got to be careful what you put yourself. You can put yourself into harm's way. I did a reading one time with this woman, and I said, oh, your husband's having an affair. And the name was some weirdo name like Lesnirsky. It wasn't like a common name like Reese or White or Black, something simple.
Right.
And then 6 months later, he did have an affair, but he was at my door. And I'm like, oh, Lord, this isn't good. So you got to be a little careful.
Hey, wait, what? So what happened?
Actually, I had to call the police on him.
Right.
And I also have a pistol. I'm like, I can kill you and talk to you afterwards. Just saying. You could even join in the courtroom after you're dead. Just saying.
Right. And I think that's one of the most interesting parts about all of this, because you are dispensing of private information. You are privileged to some of the most private and sensitive and emotional things in everybody's lives. But it will open up the door to somebody out there that could be upset that you have revealed this, and that must never end. I mean, you must be prepared for that like every day.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, it's funny. 2 shows. I did a radio show a few years ago. Some caller called up. I said, oh, your sister here, she was murdered. And we were talking, and I said, I see the name Ed. Ed somehow is connected to this murder connection. And as I'm saying, I'm like, oh my God, I'm saying this on live air. As it turned out, I said, just, make arrangements. I'll sit down and I'll give you some information. So it was the brother of the sister. He came to me. As it turned out, Ed was the perpetrator, which was her boyfriend. So as I'm saying that on air, I'm like, oops, I better stop now so that Ed, who could listen in my own backyard, I don't want Ed visiting me. Another time, this is funny, and this was just maybe about 6 or 7 months ago. We had about 100 people in our audience because on my TV show, I have a live audience, and then we film, tape it, and then we put it on TV. And I remember driving in before we started. I said, we got murders today. We got a lot of murders, which, by the way, I feel we have one somehow connected to maybe one of these callers. That's why I'm saying it. But I had 5 people in the audience, none of which were related to each other. So 5 separate murders, which is unheard of. You got 100 people, and if you do the math and you got 5 people, like, what is the likelihood? Like, maybe one murder once in a blue moon that you'll get, at an event or on radio or whatever.
Right.
But in any event, I had 5 of them. And the one, thank God we taped it, because I started to hone in, and I said, your mom's here. And that it was her boyfriend who, had murdered her. And she goes, we thought it was him. His name is John or whatever, brown hair, so on and so forth. So, thank God we edited that out so it didn't hit live TV. But that's exactly, the thing, when you do this type of work, you got to, be careful about, because you get cuckoos.
And do you have a psychic or a medium that you look up to that you think is spot on?
No, but I've worked with some good ones that I really admire, and James Van Praagh, I admire him a lot. But as far as looking up, no.
Well, and the reason why I ask, is there, do you guys share information, share technique, or how to, what's the word, work out?
Sure. That's a good question. Sometimes, earlier, years ago, some of my psychic friends, we'd get together and, we would talk about what we do or what we get, or if we're getting the same thing. I always tell people, people are people first. So, in this industry too, you can get catty psychics. I've experienced it. People are always people. They may feel, you're going to get something that they can't get. So you'll get bad reviews from other psychics or, silly stuff like that, because they're people first and foremost. And, people are people.
Now, what do we do about predictions? And what I mean by that is we've all heard them. 2012 is coming, Y2K, predict the end of the world. I don't know how many religious leaders and cult leaders in the past have predicted, the end of the world. And of course, those days will come and go. Yep. And we wake up the next day and everything is good. What do we do about that?
Well, there's always going to be changes. Sometimes people really like to hype it. Sometimes people allow their emotions to run ahead of them, both psychics and non-psychics, So, you'll get people all excited about, this or that. It's going to be Armageddon. I'm like, there's just going to be changes. Like, that's what life is. Life is a schoolhouse, life is a game, the game of life. And, you're going to encounter these different, obstacles, and what we're supposed to do is overcome them and do so in a better way. But we're going to continue on, but I think a lot of times people get so excited that they're going to, work it, or people that just want to work it to give themselves some fame and recognition, they're going to keep, pushing on it.
Yeah. When you predict the end of the world for 20, 25 years, and it doesn't happen, and you keep pushing it back, eventually people are going to, it's the boy who cried wolf, and that's not a good thing. Then there's the other part, which is politics. Do you ever get involved in that? Elections or scandals in politics?
I'll tell you a funny story. When I was 18, my first year in college, and that's when I ended up getting my stockbroker's license, which I switched my degree from, science and art to business. I said, one day Donald Trump's going to run for office. And by the way, I'm an independent.
Okay.
Just so everybody knows. I could care less who's in office. I just want results. But and I laugh about it. Even my brother to this day goes, you should have put that on your blog. I go, I've got so many other things I've got to do. It's very hard to do everything. But, you see things. I'm not real worried about, the end of the world. We do have changes coming up. But again, you know what? God gave us a brain. Let's figure it out.
Yeah, and and here we are. I would say that these past couple of years, which has very little to do with Washington, but yet everything to do with Washington. But the craziness that's going on in this country and in social media and in fake news and wars and craziness and countries and Notre Dame burned down this week. It seems like the world is in flux right now. I've never seen anything or felt this kind of pressure on the world. Like it just take a look at the headlines every single day. It's like the craziest thing ever. What's going on?
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things, we do have evil always trying to put its little sinister finger, tips into our world. But again, there's a lot of changes. Sometimes changes are uncomfortable. Most people don't like changes, but this is our opportunity as spiritual beings having a human experience to, try to move into a better direction. We're given an obstacle. And, let's make sure we try to, work through it. It's not going to change anytime soon. I think it's also an opportunity for all of us to reflect and say, what are we doing wrong here? Because you got all these shootings going on. It's not the gun. It's actually, the head cases that, that we're dealing with. And it's, we have to look at our society and figure out a way to emotionally stabilize people, come up with better ways, to try to direct our energies in a more positive way. The problem, too, people are looking for answers, so they'll go to church or they'll do this or they'll do that. They'll get into a cult. When really what you need to do is just settle down, take a meditation, take an inward look, know what's right, know what's wrong, and try to do the best thing that you can do. As I tell people, to the world, you may only be one person, but to one person, you may be the world. So let's try to transform and change somebody's life. When people come into my office and I get all sorts of crazy, things, my job is to elevate people to a better place. Hopefully I do that.
Did you see the article that was released today, a research paper, that your brain, of course we knew this, right? But this is coming from science, that your brain stays active and your consciousness stays active after death. Did you read that?
No, I didn't, but I would love to see that because that's fascinating. Science has also proven when you die, your body actually loses a couple of ounces, which is your spirit.
Right.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is. And it's interesting and frightening at the same time. And the way that the paper was written up is that the title of the paper is When You Die. Right?
Ooh.
You are conscious. That you are now dead. Your brain is still moving. You're still thinking. You're still you, but you're dead, and you know this. And that's just like, but and it, like I said, we kind of already, we already knew that. We understand that. We understand what spirits and consciousness and reincarnation and all of that. But when science puts it in those terms, it's like a nightmare.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like you're in jail.
Yes.
What do I do now? I'm trapped in this body.
And you're hearing everybody talk, all right, wow, is he dead?
I never liked my uncle. Listen to him now. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly right. Let's take a break right here. Okay, we're going to open up the phone lines right now.
Sounds like fun.
747-228 2051. We'll be right back with Karyn Reece and your question after this. Stay with us.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
hurricanes, earthquakes, wildfires. This year we've experienced more than our fair share. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and last month I decided to make sure my family does not have to worry about food should we get caught in a real emergency situation. Introducing Numana, a healthy, storable product that tastes so good that you'll want to eat it every day instead of just during those times of duress. All Numana products have a 25-year shelf life, are MSG and GMO-free, no preservatives, and are made in America. With the Numana pack in your home, you'll be able to sleep at night knowing that you've protected your family. Not only have I tasted and tested, I own it. Now you can too. Just click on the Numana banner on JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code Jimmy when you order. In addition to a discount, we'll send you an autographed Fade to Black t-shirt. Seriously, go Beckley Tappy. Do you want to be an official Fadernaut? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Introducing the new Surfer Music app. Listen, Fadernauts, you know I love my music. This is my go-to for all things notes. The Surfer app is a brand new concept in music listening. Surfer is free, providing unlimited access to thousands of live streaming radio stations. Surfer is an exciting, interactive listening experience. Discovery and surprise are built right in. Surfer is your destination to discover and rediscover great live streaming music. It features high-quality audio streams, free access to music from thousands of live streaming radio stations, unlimited listening, unlimited skipping. You get a music visualizer, and you can also select your favorite channels. Get it at the Apple App Store or Google Play. Just search Surfer Music or click on the Surfer banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Go Beckley Tappy.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
If you have hard water, the lime scale not only leaves white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances, costing you hundreds of dollars in energy and wear. Eliminate lime scale and other water issues like brown staining and bad odors with HydroCare water products, available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable water systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
Are you intrigued by paranormal talk radio? You'll love the new paranormal radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the paranormal radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reece Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. Here we go. Karyn Reece, psychic medium, is our guest tonight. We're going to be taking your phone calls in just a minute. And Karyn, let's start off with a question about me. Because it's all about me. Okay.
Enough about me. What do you think about me? Love it. Love the music, by the way.
Here we go. No. This is going to be simple. Am I going to have a dinner party with Rita and guests Saturday night under our new gazebo?
You know, when you first said that, I heard yes, but your gazebo might not be completed.
Oh.
So that means you got to get your little butts out there. I feel bad for Rita. That's a lot of work. So, but I heard yes, you're going to have a party, but you'll put a little added extra.
Oh, man.
So you might have to get up extra early tomorrow.
That's not the answer I wanted to hear, but you're probably right. Okay.
I got a question. When you were working, did you have something that split? Was there like something that
kind
of broke off?
Yeah.
Like a piece of wood or something?
Yep. It happened today. Okay, I'll tell you what happened. I can't believe okay, so and we've got all these calls on hold. I'll just say this really quick. It's funny that you say that because, yes, it happened. Our columns tumbled. We had them all set up. I was up on the step ladder, and everything came down, smacked me in the head, smacked me in the shoulder, right here on my teeth, swelled up. It's better now. I'll show you my thumb in the thing. I got all this heavy, the timber came down, knocked me down. And I stood up, and we had this beam had split, and I had to repair it and put it back together. Yes,
Somebody just told me that about that. You know what? I think you should hire someone. I was going to ask you earlier.
Nope. We're going to conquer this thing ourselves.
Tough. I'll put my prayers around you. You and Rita. That's tough.
It's good. Well, I think the hard
stuff. It'd be beautiful when it's done, but it's tough. Are you putting a pond in your yard yet, or a little bit of water? Because I saw water.
Yeah. Oh God, you're good, Karyn. You're really good. Okay, let's go to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? And what's your one question for Karyn? Who's calling?
Is this me, Heather?
Yes.
Hi, me, Heather.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? You got great energy. What is your question?
Okay, one person at a time here, Heather. Okay, where are you calling from, Heather?
Victoria, Canada.
Victoria.
Oh, my dad was Canadian. I go to Canada all the time.
Okay, Heather, what's your one question for Karyn?
What's the future hold for me?
You know, that's funny. I got to just ask you a quick question because I keep seeing a dog around you. Are you real close to a dog, or were you real close to a dog?
Both my dogs right now are sitting at my feet.
Oh, yeah, because I'll tell you, they think that they're people. So just an FYI, I felt your dogs all around you. They're beautiful dogs, by the way. One's going to have a little bit of a stomach issue. Nothing major, just like a little upsetness, a little agita. But I did see some new work in your future, too.
Okay.
Oh, good.
You got some changes,
right on.
yeah.
See?
Yeah, I love what I see, Heather. And also, are you connected to an Ann? Are you close to like an Ann? Sharon, Ann. What's that?
Yes.
Yes, close to an Ann. Yes. Did I hear that correctly? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you've got a lot of past lives together. Just so you know, I saw you in China in one of your past lives. So if you like Chinese food, you and Annie have that in common.
There you go.
Yes, God bless you.
For dinner tonight.
Heather.
Oh, go girl, go.
Spot on the money. Thank you so much, Heather. Great question.
Thanks. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hey, it's my birthday, April 14th. You're on to something,
Me too.
Heather.
Wow. Okay, too much psychic stuff flying around. Thank you, Heather. Go have your Chinese food now.
Yep.
Okay.
Can chew.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
That's nuts to me to start off like that. Let's just keep this thing rolling.
Let's just not roll any of that over your head anymore. Wear a hard hat.
That's amazing. And tomorrow her dog is going to be throwing up all over the house, and we can thank Karyn for that. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Sandy in Dallas.
Hi, Sandy in Dallas.
Hey, Sandy. Got good energy.
Hi. Hi, Karyn.
Hi, San. I saw you doing a lot of travel coming up. What would your question be, darling? And you got some changes in your love life. But anyways, what would you like to know?
Oh, really? Okay, I'll put that in the back burner. Here's my question, Karyn. I have to know once and for all. Was Kelly possessed?
Oh.
You know, it's so weird. I got to tell you, Sandy, I kept hearing the name Kelly when we were talking just before we took a break. I heard yes.
Wow.
I swear to God, and I was just hearing that when you and I, before we took break, I kept hearing the name Kelly. So, yes. And I did see a possession associated with her.
All right, thank you. That confirms it for me. I appreciate it.
And check out your love life. Changes are coming.
Mm-hmm. You got good energy. So you're going to do a lot of traveling. Do you like to travel? Because I see travel with you a lot.
I'm already in it.
In the travel business?
No, I'm in.
Or just travel?
I'm in a camper and I'm pulling it by a Jeep.
See?
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I feel travel all around you.
Wait, Karen. How do you know this? I mean,
you know, it's like for me, I see like a little TV screen that pops down.
Have you been listening? Oh, yes. And have
you
been
know,
listening to
and
the
then
show?
I'll see
Jimmy,
that, and
what
then
do you
I'll
mean,
hear
how
dead
does she
people
know?
talk. So I get both as a psychic and a medium. You know, you get a twofer with that, a 2-for-1. You get the psychic stuff off the TV, and then you get the dead people that verify it. By the way, too, San, you should eat more bananas. Get your potassium up. Actually, have a banana split. That's more
cute.
fun.
I picked up 2 today. You're so cute.
Wow, this is blown. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. I love these kinds of shows. Sandy, thank you so much.
Go take a road trip to see Jimmy. Jimmy and Rita, they're fun. Maybe you can help him with his gazebo. He needs some help.
Thank you, Sandy.
I'll be praying for you.
Have a great night, Sandy.
You too. Bye-bye.
Karen, that is absolutely amazing. That's absolutely amazing. And you could have said, instead of traveling and nailed the camper thing, that's what she's doing. You could have said softball. You could have said radio controlled airplanes. Oh, I don't know. That's mind blowing to me. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, this is Claudia. Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Karen. Thank you for taking my call.
Hi, Claudia. Love that name. And by the way, I've been hearing the name Claude all day. It's so funny how that happens. I swear to God. And something you're going to need to get some new shoes. Or were you shoe shopping or something? Did you get new shoes yet?
Actually, I was returning.
Oh, yeah. I think your grandma just told me that. But anyways, your question?
My question is it a right time for me to sell my current home and buy a new home?
I'll tell you my advice, and I'll tell you what I see psychically, because sometimes they're two opposite things. I did see you putting your house up on the market. So I do think it's a good time to sell your house. The downside is, the market's a little pricey right now, but the interest rates just came down. I was listening because I watch the market a lot these days, got back into it after being out of it for a while. So, I did see you putting your house up on the market, and you'll just be prepared that, it's a little tough out there when you go out to buy. Everybody's hurrying around. But I definitely see it going up. I think you're going to need to do a little freshening up, little painting, just like some minor things, but put it up. Yep.
Wow. Okay. Do you need to? Is your house ready to go, or do you need to do some touch-ups?
Some minor. It's really in good shape.
I do some minor. Yes.
Yeah.
I need to do that. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Take your shoes back. Buy yourself some big shoes. Get some boots.
Yeah. Louboutin.
Oh, there you go. You're so je ne sais quoi.
Thank you, Claudia.
in French class.
Thank you.
Thank you. How did you know she went shoe shopping?
I think it was her grandmother that told me. Because I heard daughter went something with shoes, shopping shoes or returning shoes.
Well, what was amazing is she didn't even know what to say. After that, she couldn't even talk.
I got to tell you, Jimmy, though, I kind of felt like you hit your head earlier when I was chatting with you when we first started.
I conked myself. I thought I pulled my head back, and Rita yelled, "Everything's falling!" and I jumped, and because I had my drill, tools, and my hands are up above my head. And the beam came down and hit me in the face, and I thought seriously, it was an ambulance in my. I thought that I was going to have a gash on the side of my cheek, and I guess I pulled away just enough to not to avoid that. But that's it flashed through my mind. It was absolutely nuts. Let's go back to the phones.
Let's go back to the phones.
Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Dennis from Tennessee.
This is who?
Hi, Rita. Dennis.
Oh, hi, Dennis. No, this isn't Rita. This is Jimmy.
No, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm bad with names. I was trying to say hi to her.
Okay, Karen.
Karen, yes. I have a question kind of involves Jimmy. Last week I called in, and he had emerald tablets, and I wanted to know, I seen one of the episodes, something he said about something on the radio, and I had seen it. Like, that was the third time I had seen that. And these are live broadcasts. So, like, was it real? I mean, if it was, then why?
You're talking about the emerald tablets when we had Billy Carson on?
Yeah.
Okay. And
you were talking about a time party.
Okay. Right. So you're saying that you saw the emerald tablets yourself, and
no,
you
I didn't get hold of you that night. It was the next night. I had seen, and whenever you asked the other guy about the time party that the scientist had sent invitations out to.
Yeah, Stephen Hawking.
Had a discussion.
Right.
Exactly. You guys had a discussion about that. And I told you I had seen, that was the third time I had watched that broadcast.
Oh, right. You're talking about my broadcast.
Yeah.
But my broadcast only happened once, but you heard it 3 times. You think you did.
No, I watched it 3 times. I mean, I watched it on my phone 3 times. I had called you about it.
Right, I remember this, and so you want to know if that was real?
Yeah, if it was, why?
Yeah,
you know, that's a really good question, Dennis. I'll tell you that was true, and I do a lot of phone readings for clients. And a lot of times when I'm talking to them, you know, I'll get a dead person talking into the phone lines. It's kind of kooky, but, you know, yes, you did see that. And it's just funny how the universe is kind of, you know, merc into each other now with technology because you're picking up frequencies.
Right.
Because the other worlds are all frequency based. So, yeah, you're not nuts. And whatever you do, don't tell your doctor that he might have you on funny pills or don't tell me your voice is in your head.
Right.
Because you really do hear and see. So, yeah, you did see that, Dennis.
Okay, Dennis, there you go.
That's really cool.
You're not crazy. Have a great night, Dennis.
Thank you. Y'all too.
Yeah, thank you.
You too.
And when he called in last week, it was really funny because he called in, he goes, man, I know this show, I think what he said was, is this show live right now? I said, yeah, it's live. I'm talking to you on the phone. It's live right now. And he goes, but I already saw this show.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And what he means by saw, because he was watching it on YouTube or, you know, one of the, we have video cameras in here that do a feed out, right? And we have a membership area with the video feed. Hello, everybody. I'm waving to them now. And so he must have, you know, he saw the show and he was totally confused. He was like, man, I don't get it because I've already seen this. I've already heard everything you guys are talking about right now. And it was a very fascinating conversation. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
My name is Bob, and I'm from New Brunswick, Canada.
Hi, Bob from
Hi,
New
Bob.
Brunswick.
Love Canada.
Listen, I'll just ask a very quick question. Lovely to talk to you tonight, Karen. I'm just going to throw it out there to you to see if there's anything the universe might be telling you about myself or loved ones that I'm maybe not picking up on or just a little too obtuse to try and figure out.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was going to ask you, I saw you with some rental property. Did you buy any rental property yet?
That's a bridge behind me.
Okay, because your father said something about owning rental property. So you did that already, yes?
No, I don't. I don't.
You will have rental property that will make you good money in the future. I would definitely pick up on that.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah, your dad. And who's got the November, December birthday passing your anniversary around you? It wasn't your mom, was it? Who's got that?
It would be my mom.
Oh, it was your mom. Okay, yeah. She's still living? No?
No, but she's passed.
That's her talking to me. That's why I said mom, because I heard tell my son, yep. And she said, Mom, yeah, your mom's here. She also said to tell you something about a toe or a foot. Do you have any issues with a toe? Does it bother you or something? Your toenail or something? Your foot?
No, my son's toenail.
Oh, it's your son's toenail.
Yep,
She
that
said,
makes
I
sense.
can't hear your mom really close. She said something about his son. Okay, so it's your grandson, Mom. Yes. Make sure that your son pays attention to his toenail. Mom said so. Your mom said to tell you that. He's such a lovely kid, and I love his hair. He's got beautiful eyes, by the way, your son. A lot of girls like him. But definitely he's going to have to take careful attention to that toenail because your mom says you don't want that to become infected or more problems. So get him to the doctor. Make sure you do everything. And in the future, you might be doing a rental relationship with your son or buying rental property, but you're going to make some good money. And Mom said to tell you she comes to you in your dreams too, Bob. So what you want to do when you go to sleep tonight, I want you to look at your mom's picture or just repeat out loud, I will remember seeing you, Mom. And over time, you'll start to remember like little bits and pieces of your out-of-body experiences or your so-called dreams with your mom. She says, I lived for my children. You're the love of my life. And you make me very proud.
Oh, beautiful.
And she's, yep. So watch your son's toenail. Give him a hug and a kiss and everybody else from Mom.
Wow.
I will indeed. Great.
There you go, Bob.
Thank you.
Say hi to your mom. Say hi to your mom tonight for me, okay?
That I will, Jimmy.
And you know what, Jimmy?
Thank you.
I got to tell you, Bob's
Bob.
mother just said, I really like Jimmy. I like that James. So she likes you too. That's what Bob's mom just said.
I don't want to get into this now. Maybe we can later, but my mom passed away a couple of years
she's
ago.
Been here. I swear to God, I didn't want to say anything till we got off the air.
Okay, we'll talk about it off the air. Yeah, this is about the audience tonight, but I wanted to have that experience of her coming to me like in my bedroom and having it never happened. Okay, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later.
Yes. She's been bothering me all day.
Okay.
That's so funny. I was going to wait till after. Yeah.
Okay, let's.
We'll talk about your construction job too.
Okay, we'll talk about it after the show. I can't wait. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, it's Shauna from Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Wow.
My grandfather grew up in Alberta. My mom's dad. It's cold up that way. I mean, I live in Buffalo, but both sides of my family are, on this side and that side. 3
calls from Canada in the first segment tonight.
And it's funny. I kept thinking about Alberta for the last few days. I've never been to Alberta, but when my mom's dad's family came over from Ireland, they settled over in Alberta. Well, actually, her dad was born in Alberta, but his older siblings, yeah. But it's cold there. I had a friend that was from Alberta. She says it's really cold.
Yeah, February was cold.
I say this all the time. The best meal I ever had in my life was in Alberta. Okay,
really?
So we'll move on from there. Shauna,
anyway, sorry about that.
Shauna, what's your question for Karyn?
Well, my grandmother just actually passed away on Sunday. And I just, sorry, trying not to cry, but just want to know that she's okay and if she has a message for me or anything like that.
Yes, and apparently she was met by a grandfather who's got the honeydew list, so apparently, Grandma's going to be busy. She's talking about roses, too. And who's got the August or July? Go ahead, darling.
Sorry, what was she talking about?
She said something about roses.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I was actually just listening to... she loved Elvis. Mama loved the roses, and I got a rose tattoo for her.
That's what she's talking about. Yeah. She says, tell my granddaughter, Shauna, she goes, I love you. I'm doing well. She said when she passed out of the body, she said instantly when she finally released, she said, I felt amazing love. I was not fearful. Your Gramps was there. They had a big party for your grandma, by the way. Those people know how to party on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
She's so touched by the rose connection, and she kept touching her body, and she said, I just want you to know I had the best life ever. You made my life so magical with so many blessings. And she says, I want you to go on and enjoy your life. When you're happy, Shauna, Grandma's happy. Grandpa's really happy because Grandma's home, so now she can cook and clean for him. I just heard him say. I laughed at that one.
Yeah,
so,
well, my grandpa passed away a couple years ago, so yeah.
Yeah, he says Grandma and I go dancing every night. And when when he passed, your grandmother was so heartbroken, and they're back together as little love young birds. And they got a nice house on the other side, by the way.
Shauna, you really have a rose tattoo for your grandmother?
I got roses, for her. Ties into the Elvis song, and she loved Elvis. And, that song, Mama Loved the Roses, it just reminds me of her. And, that's amazing. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Say what tell Grandma tonight I will remember seeing you in your dreams, and have a notebook by your bed, because over time it takes a while, so don't expect something rah-rah right away. But over time, you'll start to say, geez, I thought I smelled roses in my dreams last night, or I thought I saw my grandpa's shoes, or I was in this beautiful place. I don't remember everybody there, and you'll start to pick up on Grandma. Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad you said that, because I've been asking her to come to me. I want to see her, somehow in my dream, or even if not. But yeah, and I was
Shauna,
kind of
your grandfather said, "What about me?" Grandma and Grandpa will visit you.
Him too. Well,
he started laughing.
Him too.
Thank you, Shauna. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. God bless.
Unbelievable roses. Unbelievable. Yeah. Okay, we got time for one more quick call before the break. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Turn me down in the background. Yeah, turn me down. Who's calling?
Hi, this is Daisy from Hollywood, Florida.
This is who?
Daisy.
Hi, Daisy.
Daisy.
What's your question for Karyn?
First of all, I love your show, Jimmy. And hi, Karyn. My question is, why has my mother been coming to me in my dreams this past week?
Because she said, I'm still your mother, and because she loves you and she doesn't want you to worry. You need to get a massage, she said, with your neck and go to the chiropractor. And the other thing I want to ask you, Daisy, are you friends with somebody? I don't think you're friends yet, but I keep seeing a person that's connected to like a funeral home, or may work at a cemetery, or, something along that line.
No.
Okay, keep that in the future. This person's a good person. It's a woman, and a man, so they might be a couple or something. You might know the woman and it's her husband, maybe he works, but I just saw a connection to that. So I feel a good friendship with this person whenever they come on the scene, or however they come on the scene. Just got to throw that out. But your mother she likes to stop in. Why? Because she's still your mother. And she said, I love you so much. And she said, I apologize for times that I might have been a little out of step. So, just to say hello and to let you know that she's there. Oh, and you got to get that, go to the chiropractor, get a massage, your mom said. Get a nice massage and a chiropractor for your neck and back.
That sounds great.
Hey, Daisy,
yes.
I want you to do me a favor. When you meet somebody that works at a funeral home, you're going to call me on this show, okay?
Or cemetery.
I sure will.
Yeah.
When you meet
somebody does something with the dead.
When you meet that grave digger... Daisy.
Cold hands, warm heart, Daisy.
Daisy, have a great night. We got to head to a break. Thank you so much. Great question.
Fabulous. Thanks so much.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Grave digger. And see, the thing.
Brave thing to say.
Well, see, but that is so specific, right? It is so specific. So we need to take a break right here. Let's get this out of the way. This is Fade to Black. Our guest tonight is Karyn Reece. She's a psychic. She's a medium. We're taking your phone calls. Just one question. We'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Hurricanes, earthquakes, wildfires. This year we've experienced more than our fair share. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. And last month I decided to make sure my family does not have to worry about food should we get caught in a real emergency situation. Introducing Numana, a healthy, storable product that tastes so good that you'll want to eat it every day instead of just during those times of duress. All Numana products have a 25-year shelf life, are MSG and GMO-free, no preservatives, and are made in America. With the Numana pack in your home, you'll be able to sleep at night knowing that you've protected your family. Not only have I tasted and tested, I own it. Now you can too. Just click on the Numana banner on jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code Jimmy when you order. In addition to a discount, we'll send you an autographed Fade to Black t-shirt. Seriously, go Beckley Teppy. Do you want to be an official Fadernaut? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Introducing the new Surfer Music app. Listen, Fadernauts, you know I love my music. This is my go-to for all things notes. The Surfer app is a brand new concept in music listening. Surfer is free, providing unlimited access to thousands of live streaming radio stations. Surfer is an exciting interactive listening experience. Discovery and surprise are built right in. Surfer is your destination to discover and rediscover great live streaming music. It features high-quality audio streams, free access to music from thousands of live streaming radio stations, unlimited listening, unlimited skipping. You get a music visualizer, and you can also select your favorite channels. Get it at the Apple App Store or Google Play. Just search Surfer Music or click on the Surfer banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Go Beckley Teppy.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
If you have hard water, the lime scale not only leaves white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances, costing you hundreds of dollars in energy and wear. Eliminate lime scale and other water issues like brown staining and bad odors with HydroCare water products available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable water systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reece Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight, psychic and medium Karyn Reece is with us. We're taking your phone calls now. I've got about 30 calls on hold right now. Okay, so Karyn, you're going straight into overtime tonight.
Good. I'll get my exercise. I'll have thin hips in the morning. 2 minutes on the lips, a lifetime on the hips.
Yes.
I'll get it working off tonight.
Well, that's how it works. And I know. See, you get to listen to me answer all of those phone calls. Was that just insane?
It was, but you know what? You have the best show that's out there, so I'm not surprised.
It's crazy. All right, let's get straight to it. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Sean.
Hi, Sean. What have you got for Karen?
Hi, Karen. How are you?
Good, Sean. It's so funny we have another Sean, a Shauna, and a Sean. It's a good night for Sean's.
Yes, it is. It is. Sean, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Concord, California.
Okay.
Nice.
What have you got for Karen tonight?
Well, I was wondering if Karen saw anything as far as the passing of my fiance at 35.
Yeah.
She died from a long debilitating disease, and she left no will, and it's been quite hard for me to let go of my past. And do you see anything about the way she passed, why she suffered so much and left like that?
I am having the craziest deja vu right now, Sean. It's crazy that everything that you just said, deja vu. Wow, that was a cool moment. I just had everybody that was watching me on video probably saw my face. That was bizarre. Okay, and
There
I
are
thank
no
you.
such things as coincidence. Yes, your fiance's here. It's funny. Before we come into life, a lot of times we'll decide that we want to up the ante, so to speak, because the more the challenged we are, the greater our soul evolves, which is what the whole concept is, to, taking a harder and harder lesson. And the more evolved we are, the harder the lessons are in life. But I know that, it's funny because I started picking her up around you. She said something about a sister, too. I think she's talking about your sister, her sister. Hang on for a second. One of the things that she wants you to do, though, Sean, she says, I want you to be happy in your life. She keeps talking about her head, too. She had some pressures and some problems in her head. And something about you making sure that you take your medicine. So the medicines that you have to take, whatever, which I won't get into because it's your private medicine. It's not. And she said your lifeline is long, too. I love you from the bottom of my heart. When you're happy, it puts a smile on my face. But this was something she had elected before she came in to have the challenges. But part of her challenges also taught others how to be more compassionate.
Yeah,
So
she
was a
worked with the
greater evolved
handicapped. She was
soul.
a special education teacher.
Yep, you should have
She
said
spent
that.
her
And the
life
other thing
helping
is, were you
people.
thinking about getting a new car or something, or making a change with your vehicle?
Not anytime soon, no.
She's talking about changes with your vehicle, and you need to take an eye to your tires as well. But I see a change with your vehicle, and she's saying yes.
Okay,
So
I just sold the pickup that used to belong to her 2 weeks
that's what
ago, and I
she's
just got
talking
a
about.
flat tire last Sunday.
That's the
So I
vehicle
just
that
got
went for
that
sale. That's
repaired.
what she's talking about. And the flat tires, those were on your vehicle? Her vehicle. Your vehicle?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. She's happy about the sale of the vehicle. That's what she was trying to get me to go to. And she's also talking about the flat tires. They'll let you know, Sean, that she's with you all the time. By the way, do you have a friend named Dan? Daniel,
No.
Danny, Danielle? Dan? Put that name by you because I saw that name around you, and it's a male, so you have a good friend with the name Dan. She's very happy. Incidentally, on the other side, you have work to do. You have a house. You look at your past lives. You meet up with your loved ones, and she works with kids on the other side that had special needs when they were in the earth plane and they died at a young age. So she's helped them transition. And they're all healthy now, but she's helped them make that transition as well. I still work with kids, and I love you from the bottom of my heart. And she said Christmas is a very special time for you and her. So at Christmas time, she says it's a special time for us. But I'm okay. And she's talking about a James or a Jim 2 connection that apparently she knows or that you'll all be connected. And she also said, hang on. Oh, gosh, she's talking fast. Again, she's reiterating, I love you very much. Don't worry about me. I'm sorry about all the stress that you went through, but you're also evolved very much spiritually. And through her health issues, good will come. People remember her. And she also said, thank you very much for keeping me in mind. And she's, again, talking about selling the car, and she's glad that you got rid of her truck. And she's remarking about the tires. And she goes, I love you from the bottom of my heart. And I'll see you in your dreams tonight. God bless you.
There you go, Sean.
Oh, yeah, thank you. That makes a lot of sense. That's what my intuition's been telling me. Thank you, Karen.
Yep.
Yeah,
Jimmy,
You're
love you guys.
Yeah, love you back,
Sean.
Sean. Thank you so much. That's pretty. I just want to keep this going. I'm just having so much fun. No, I'm being
we'll
serious.
have fun with you later. We'll do your reading too.
Okay.
Your mom's been bothering me. I was going to hold off, but yeah, that's a whole other story.
The anticipation. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy and Karen. This is Rebecca from Almost Heaven, West Virginia.
Hi, Rebecca.
I got to tell you, not to interrupt for a minute. I think earlier I said I might say the name like Beth or Beck. I was picking your name up, by the way.
I
Go on,
heard
Rebecca.
Becky. I heard Becky, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to call. I'm putting Jimmy on speed dial tonight.
Well, and she said that she mentioned that before the show too, as well. That's pretty trippy.
Wow.
Okay,
that's wild.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, Becky.
I like your energy, Beck.
Yeah, now that we have you on the line.
Thank you. I love your energy. I will just say, Karyn, you look so shockingly familiar, and your voice, I feel so compelled. So that brings me to my question. It's kind of been a question. It's very obscure. Can you give me any insight as to what is going on in my dreamscape?
Mm-hmm. Well, your dreams are at night. Dreams are a couple of things. Sometimes we're just getting rid of all the minutia of our day-to-day activities. Sometimes dreams are going to give you predictions about your own future, warnings, that sort of thing. Sometimes your dream states connect you with your loved ones. When you go out of body, there's different levels above as below. So there isn't just the ultimate heaven and the ultimate hell. There's like multitudes. And when you're in the one realm closest to the earth, you're picking up everybody's minutia. Their thoughts are in that realm, and your thoughts, and everything gets kind of mixed and kind of goofy at times. There's a lot of things going on with you. One of the things you're being told about the future. I see a very happy love life too, by the way. And then the other thing I'm seeing, you look at some of your past lives, which I just saw you in Europe as I'm looking into like an older home. I think it was like, it might have been Eastern Europe, looks Eastern Europe, maybe like Poland or somewhere around there. But you're also going to be giving more predictions. One of the things, your psychic abilities will start to expand too, Becky. So be, prepared for that. You should have a notebook and start writing that information down. I just heard the name Charlie. Do you know somebody with a dog named Charlie? Charlie? I saw that. I just heard that name by you.
No.
You might
No, I
adopt a
don't.
dog or become friends with a Charlie. I don't know if the dog's going to be renamed Charlie or the dog comes with the name Charlie, but I saw a dog with the name Charlie. But I feel a close connection with you and this dog. I think this dog will want to have you as his girlfriend, which they do that. So just keep that in your future as a prediction.
Yeah.
But that's what you're getting. So you're getting a lot of information, so start writing it down. The only thing is I do see you going into the murkier realms, which those, again, tend to be closer. So when you get to that point and you're feeling a little odd or awkward, you can say, clarity now, demand that you get a higher realm by saying clarity now. Or if you ever feel frightened, you can always say, surround myself with God's white light, because you always will have protection. But you'll be fine on that. And you have a grandmother that's around you too. What's that?
Exactly.
Hey, Rebecca, when you get that dog Charlie, call me.
Hey, one other quick question too. Did you do any kind of ads for like a beer ad or something, or were you around somebody that did some kind of modeling like this?
Not that I know of, not in this life that I know of.
Yeah, I just saw you. Yeah, I think you're going to be going somewhere. Somebody might want you like take a quick ad or do like an on-air type of interview or something. Like I see that type of arrangement. Yeah, it looks like you might be at a sports event or something. Maybe your picture comes up and you're shown like in a magazine or something kind of like that.
Is this Becky? Do you have nice hair?
How did you know?
Okay, all right.
Is it like the song, or are you really picking up on my crazy hair?
I'm just saying. It just came to me.
Yeah, I do have, like, when people see me, initially they see hair. And when I see people's faces, all I can think that they're saying I can hear is hair.
Yeah, that's you both being psychic. Isn't that cool?
Becky?
It is. And I do want to ask, not to interrupt you, Jimmy, but there is one thing relative to my dreamscape, and I do know the levels and the dimensions of, I'm at the point where I can differentiate. However, I have been having some channeling coming through, and it's like I'm getting attacked on and off between the channeling, and when I'm channeling, I've never felt such love in all of my lives. I've never felt this love before. And it's like once I get a taste of it, the next day it's like this fog around me. And then I'll go to this place in my dreams. I'm at the river and it's just dark and foggy. And I feel like it's what would I need to do to try to work past that, to try to get back into my meditations, because I'm just completely blocked off.
Well, that's what Karyn just said.
Yeah.
Karyn just said
journaling and
you're going to be venturing into some murky areas.
Yep.
Okay,
and surround
'cause
yourself
it's
with God's
definitely
white light.
begun.
You want to direct it definitely. But I
Yeah.
keep seeing you, and I saw here too with a picture of you or something of an image where you're at some kind of public event, but somehow you get snapped in or brought into that picture. So, but it'll be fun. You'll like to see yourself. I don't know
Yeah.
when it's going to happen, but you'll enjoy it.
Well, I really
Rebecca,
appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, thank you so much. I love what y'all do. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. Hair. Rebecca.
Yeah, I saw her hair in the picture too. That's funny when you said that. I saw hair. So
Rebecca.
that's so funny. Yeah.
Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hello, Jimmy. This is Brett calling from Ohio.
Hi, Brett.
And my question for Karyn is, hi, Karyn.
Hi, Brett.
Well, my question is not if, but when I will be taking over my uncle's farms.
You got your hands full.
Your uncle's farm? Did you say farm?
Farms, plural.
Oh, funds. Oh.
No. I'm sorry. Farms.
Like cows.
Farms. Yeah.
Within 2 years, there's a change. I saw some paperwork being exchanged.
Wow.
Yeah. I like, you know what I got to say? I like Ohio. I like, it's a cool place. It's not too far from me. Different parts, Cleveland and whatever. Definitely.
Okay, Brett.
So you might be getting the paperwork. Yep.
The answer is yes.
Somebody wants to bump you out of it, Brett. Just get the paperwork done.
And he said when. Do you have any idea when this is going to happen, Karyn?
I saw within 2 years. Time's a little nebulous on the other side. It's really hard to plug down because it's in a different way than it is here. But within 2 years, I saw some paperwork. So it looks like the ball will get rolling within the next 2 years, or within the next, I'm assuming 2 years.
There you go, Brett. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Push it faster, Brett. Yep.
Thank you, Brett. The time. Everybody wants to know when, right? And they want to get specific, and I understand that's a tough zone to go into.
Well, it is, and sometimes I'll get a real specific timeline. My own personal life, I knew somebody 5 years ago was going to pass about a year and a half, or before a week and a half before Christmas, and then as the time got closer, 3 years, 2 years, and whatever. And sometimes you're given dates, but other than that, sometimes it's just kind of goofy the way the energy goes.
Okay, one more question for me. I'm going to ask you a when question. When will Rita and I visit Egypt?
I saw the number 5, so I would say probably in about 5 years.
5 years? I can't wait that long. Okay,
we'll do it sooner. Yeah.
This interview's over. You're
I did see a trip over to I don't know if it's the Philippines, but over to Asia.
Asia?
Yeah, you got a trip Philippines or Vietnam, one of those.
Oh.
That would be fun.
Oh, Rita. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
My name is Vivian, and I'm calling from Alberta, Canada.
Another Canada. What is up with that?
Alberta, Canada.
Yeah.
It's the night for Alberta. Alberta just voted, too.
Oh, right on.
So anyways, I love you all. Vita, Jimmy, Karyn, thank you for being on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah. I have so many questions, so just tell me whatever.
Okay, to just tell you. Well, actually, you have the opportunity right now to ask the question. What is the question?
All right. I'm launching something so big right now, and I'm really scared because it's going online, and I'm putting myself out there, and I'm really afraid of a lot of things. I'm afraid of failing, and I'm afraid of success. I'm afraid of it all, and I have to deal with it. But I've also been really psychically attacked before. I get attacked in my dreams, in my nightmares, and things have happened to me online before. So I have a lot of Cancerian energy. So I put myself out there, and then I pull myself back to protect myself. So
I tell people when it comes to demonic things, think of it this way: God is invented good and bad, so you always have the power within. If you encounter something negative in your dream state, or even in your living state, if you have some sort of entity, because people will say, aren't you afraid of these demons? And I'm like, not really. They aggravate me because God created them, so of course I'm going to invoke God's presence to get rid of them. And you have the power with them. People miss that thing. They think they need the psychic or the minister or what have you, and I'm like, no, you tell that thing you need to go. As far as your online business, the last thing you want to do in life is get to the end of the road and say, I wish I could have, should have. Of course, you're going to have fears. Of course, there's always going to be ups and downs. The thing, though, with you, I see you starting and then not really going full blown to it. So, you need to keep that in mind, because you don't want to start something and not finish it. You know what I mean? You have the potential. You have a lot of great around you. And I tell people, if you're that uncomfortable, work 2 jobs for a while, get this one going till you're comfortable, because this one does have merit, does have potential, but I see that you get too overwhelmed that you pull back on it and you don't have the success that you can make it out to be. Oh, the other thing too, I see a lot of people trying to tell you what to do and how to do it. You need to come up with your plan. Maybe talk to an expert in the field that you're getting into, or somebody that knows that business, so that you can follow what they're doing. Because too many people are going to start talking to you, do it this way, don't do it, and so on and so forth. And that's not what you want to do. The name Tanya also comes up around you, or Tanya, I don't know how she pronounces it. So keep that in mind. And I'm also getting the name like a Carly or a Car, somebody with a name like a Carson, Carly sound around you. But I feel that name will come up, and I feel good friendship with that name. So keep that in mind. Could be a first or last name. Those 2 names.
There you go,
into
Vivi.
your future.
Thank you so much. And
You're welcome, darling.
Now go have dinner in
faith.
Alberta.
I will. Dinner in Alberta is great.
You got the power within.
Beef.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Vivi.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. The best meal I ever had was in Alberta, Canada. And every time I hear Alberta, I literally think about Scotch, cigars, and a steak that was 3 inches thick. And it's,
oh my God.
It was absolutely incredible. Cuban cigars. I don't even smoke, but I did that night. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hello, this is Annette.
Hi, Annette. Where are you calling from, Annette?
Hi.
Where are you calling from?
I'm from Missouri.
From Missouri. What do you have for Karen tonight?
I was just wanting to know if the things I experience and see are real, or if it's schizophrenia, because that runs in my family.
You know what? I got to tell you an interesting story about schizophrenia. People actually, when they have that, do pick up and do have realities that exist, even though, a lot of times we say that their imagination or what have you is getting ahead of them. So you do get a combination, if you do have that disorder, of picking up real situations as well. It mercs into some of your own imagination. In your case, though, I see reality around you. So you're seeing things in a reality type of way. And by the way, the name Pat comes up around you. Are you close to like a Patrick or a Patty?
I've known some in the past.
No, you'll be close to a Pat in the future, and I feel Pat will be good for you. I believe it's a male too, by the way.
There you go, Annette. There you go.
Yeah, you're not nuts. It's just you're getting stuff.
Yeah, I get it all the time too, Annette. Have a great night. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Annette. Let's keep this going. I've got so many. I don't know how we're going to pull this off, Karen. I don't know, but let's give it our best shot.
Hello?
Hi, you're live on you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, this is PJ in Texas.
Hi, TJ in Texas. What have you got for Karen tonight?
Well, I've got something that has bugged me for 45 years. In 1974, in the middle of August, there was a man. His name was Barney. He was poisoned and left in the back of his car. And everything got all messed up. I never did figure out who did it. This thing has bugged me. I dream about it. It's just bugged the heck out of me for all these years. I wasn't related to him. It was just some kind of freaky thing. Can you tell me anything about that?
Sure, that's the murder connection that I said we would eventually have earlier. I think me and Jimmy were talking about that beforehand. But what you're doing is you're cracking the case, and you're doing it in your dream state. Before I go there, I got to ask you a quick question. Do you have like some kind of antique, like piece of jewelry or a stopwatch or something?
Not a watch, but I have some old jewelry. Yeah.
Say that again.
I have some old jewelry. It's not his.
No, but he's talking about
Somebody
you having some
should.
old antique jewelry. Yeah, he just said something about old antique jewelry. It's beautiful jewelry because I kept seeing like older jewelry and I couldn't see it really clear. He saw something shiny.
Yeah, he had something stolen off of him that was very expensive when he died. But
What?
That's what he's talking about.
no,
I
he
knew
did.
it was your husband, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I don't. Who has it? I don't know who has it. They never found it.
Yeah,
But this is something. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still upset about that because he's talking about the jewelry, the old jewelry, and then he said connected to him, and he said he was upset about that. Yeah, I was going to get there. But as far as the Barney case, that's a murder case that we had talked about. And actually what's happening is Barney's been reaching out to you in your dream state to tell you, because he knows you're open as a clairvoyant, as a psychic, to pick up that type of information. Now, can you do anything? You can try, if you want to open up a cold case. There was a male involved and a female involved with his murder. But I don't think it's going to really get results. But what I will tell you, though, when these people, one of them already passed on, when you go before the good Lord, you get your life review. So God's eyes will tell you, yay or nay. By the way, your husband's still upset about this missing jewelry thing at the time of his death. And he said to tell you, you're the love of my life.
This is not my husband.
No,
I wasn't
we know
married
that.
to him.
No, that's what she said. Yeah.
Yep. Your husband.
Oh no! Well, I know his wife is still living.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
she wasn't.
So maybe he's speaking about her.
Well, are you married? Were you married?
Yeah, but it's been a long time, and
Did your husband know? Did your husband know Barney?
No.
But the jewelry thing.
Okay.
That's what he keeps talking about. The jewelry thing that we were talking about earlier. That still seems to be stumping him because somebody had stolen it.
Interesting.
But, yeah.
Is there a name? Can he say a name? Because there's a lot of different names.
With the murder, I heard no.
Yeah.
Because I think
no.
Well, he does know who the name is.
There you go.
But he won't say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's somebody involved with the name Tom too that knows more about this, but you're not going to be able to find that. The thing you got to be careful is you don't want to start tiptoeing into something that could put you into harm's way.
Exactly.
Yeah, TJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I hope he finds something out.
And we're stumped about the jewelry.
The jewelry part is
well,
flipping me.
somebody stole his jewelry when they killed him. So
wow.
Yeah.
Wow, Karyn, I don't know how
but
you know this.
I wasn't married to him. I didn't even know him.
Yeah.
I heard something wife or whatever. It's probably his wife because he's smirking out.
Yeah,
but
no, his
love
wife.
of his life.
Yeah, his wife. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
TJ, thank you so much, and have a great night.
God bless you.
You too.
Thank you, TJ.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And so I don't have enough time here before the break to get to another call. So I will let everybody know that is on hold. Stay right there, and we'll be right back after this short break. You ready to keep this going, Karyn?
Oh, yes, me and all our dead folks and our TV screens. You got it.
This is amazing.
It's crazy, isn't it?
This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Our guest tonight, Karyn Reece. We're taking your phone calls. Everybody on hold, stay right there. We'll get to all of you after this short break. Stay with us.
Here, and you are listening to my boy Jimmy Church on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
Hurricanes, earthquakes, wildfires. This year we've experienced more than our fair share. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and last month I decided to make sure my family does not have to worry about food should we get caught in a real emergency situation. Introducing Numana, a healthy, storable product that tastes so good that you'll want to eat it every day instead of just during those times of duress. All Numana products have a 25-year shelf life, are MSG and GMO-free, no preservatives, and are made in America. With the Numana pack in your home, you'll be able to sleep at night knowing that you've protected your family. Not only have I tasted and tested, I own it. Now you can too. Just click on the Numana banner on JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code Jimmy when you order. In addition to a discount, we'll send you an autographed Fade to Black t-shirt. Seriously, go Beckley Teppy. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy.
Hi folks, CBD is the home run hitter for health right now. Why, you ask? Because of what it does for the body. Unfortunately, I can't tell you all about the benefit. You know, there's reasons. Do your due diligence and log on to AncientLifeOil.com. That's AncientLifeOil.com. Ancient Life Oil uses organic ingredients and is blended in coconut oil for some of the best benefits. Legal in 50 states and non-psychoactive. Log on to AncientLifeOil.com. That's AncientLifeOil.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and my family is safe because of Numana Emergency Food Storage. Just go to the Numana banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Promo code Jimmy10.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way. KGRARadio.com.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black, heading into overtime with Karyn Reece, psychic and medium. Going to try to get to everybody that is on hold. Karyn, we've got a full rack of phone calls here, so let's get straight to it. Yeah, it's a bit crazy tonight. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Deb from Sacramento.
Hi, Deb. How are you? Say hi to Karyn.
Hi, Karyn. Thank you for being on the show.
Deb. I've been waiting for you all night. I kept hearing the name Deb.
So did I, but that's a whole nother story. Mm-hmm. So Deb, what do you have for Karyn?
My friend, a good family friend, recently passed. His name was Jim, and I want to know if he has any messages for his loved ones.
Yes, that's so funny because I've been hearing Jim. I thought it was our Jimmy, but it was your Jimmy that's been trying to bug me. So it's kind of funny when you get two of a kind. Yes, Jimmy said he's doing really well. He likes to play cards. I think he's gambling on the other side. There's a place like Vegas that's 10 times better. He loves to have fun. But he said to tell everybody that not to worry, I arrived safely. I'll see you in your dreams, which doesn't surprise me. He also wants to thank you too, Deb, for being a special person. You gave him peace of mind. Hang on. He's talking about baseball or something. Do you know if his family likes? Do you like baseball? You don't like baseball, do you? I keep getting. He likes to watch sports on the other side. Baseball. Um, Hang on, Jimmy. You're talking fast. And he's relieved. He's relieved when he passed through his body. He's relieved. No more pain is what he said. Please tell everybody I love them, not to worry. Enjoy your lives and go on.
Deb, I have to ask, was he a gambler?
Absolutely. That was
There
his
you
favorite
go.
pastime.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, Deb, by the way, he's just telling me he's been on the upside too. So pass it on to his wife and family. He's laughing about it. He's been cleaning up, he said. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
and I said to you, Jimmy, I said the next time Debbie goes gambling, can you help her out? He goes, let me see what I can do. So when you go to the casinos, just say, all right, James, can you help me out? Add some cha-ching.
There
and he said,
you
I'll see
go.
what I can do.
Deb, thank you so much.
Thank you, you guys. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Old Jim was a gambler.
He still is, he said. You know, it's funny because I kept hearing the name Jim, and I had heard the name Debbie a couple times, but I thought, well, you're Jim. Sometimes, it gets a little confused because I don't know everybody on the other side, but it was actually Jimmy waiting for Debbie.
That is hilarious. That is.
And the name Annette. I've got like a cousin Annette. I kept saying, I got to get in touch with Annette or somebody get in touch with Annette. So when Annette called, I was laughing. I had two Annettes on my phone. I'm like, oh, it's that Annette, but it was our Annette that just called.
Yeah, there are no coincidences. Hi, you're live. There aren't. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Laura from De Pere, Wisconsin. Thank you for taking my call, Jim. And Karen, I have a question, and it relates to E.T. Back in 1997, I know Bruce Maccabee talked about this Ashtar Command Galactic Council person that channeled through, and at one moment he was nice, and then he was not so nice. So when he comes through more recently for my group, I'm wondering, is this sinister or not? It's hard to discern.
You know what? Command. You don't want to be channeling. I've got some.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, but
I know you're not. But you don't want to be
channeling experiences.
Yeah, you don't want to be around those experiences, because yes, there is some sinister energy, and sometimes that energy will embed itself into somebody that's doing the channeling, and you don't want to be around that person. Channeling is very tricky if you don't know what you're doing. So I'd stay away from channeling or telling who's ever doing the channeling that. Quick question though for you. You didn't chip a tooth recently, did you? No?
Ship a what?
Chip a tooth? Cracked a tooth or chipped a tooth or something?
I was just at the dentist today having a tooth cleaning, and I was wondering if they were going to find anything that indicated a chip that I thought I had a couple weeks ago.
That's what I think your grandmother just said. They know about your dental visit and the chipped tooth issue, just so you know. That means you're a popular girl on the other side, and dead people follow you, but at least it's your family so you could feel safe about it. So just an FYI.
Wow, Laura, how trippy is that? Enjoy the rest of your night.
And tell whoever stop channeling that entity because they're getting some naughtiness.
I thought so. Okay.
God bless.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chipped tooth at the dentist today, wondering if they were going to find the chipped tooth. That's trippy stuff. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Tom from Dayton, Ohio. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Tom from Ohio. Not too far from me. I've been to Cleveland quite a few times in Columbus, Ohio. Love Columbus, by the way.
Oh, yeah, just about an hour away from there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was pretty close to you. I haven't been out your neck of the woods. I was just in Pittsburgh 2 weeks ago, which isn't too far from you either.
Oh, just come out and see Wright Pat and see the cool Air Force Base out here.
Yeah, right on, right on. Tom, what do you have for Karen tonight?
Okay, Karen, I posted this on Stellar, and some of the people on Stellar probably have already read this, but so yesterday morning, for the first time ever in my life, I've got a auditory, I'm going to call it message, and it was in my right ear, and I actually heard it, and it said, "It is happening," and it was in my voice. But not like the voice that I hear while I'm talking to you, the voice that I would hear if I recorded this conversation and played it back. So, you know
well,
what I mean?
I'll tell you what that is, Tom. You definitely are being given a message from one of your guides. And that's a good message. And a lot of times when people from the other side, guides or friends or whoever, when they communicate, they do it telepathically. And when it comes through our mind, we hear it sort of in our voice. So it doesn't surprise me. It's like a frequency thing. It's just easier because it takes a lot of energy from the other side to hit into our energy field. Everybody has a different energy field. So that's why it's easier where it channels into what you're picking up and perceiving as a, quasi voice of your own, but it's them communicating to you. You're just hearing it in your own voice. So, and by the way, it's very common. Like my left ear, I don't hear that well on the earth plane, but I can hear people talk clear from the other world in my left ear. So it doesn't surprise me why you have one ear that might be a little bit deaf on this plane, but better on the other plane.
And what, Karyn? What do you think the message means?
Thank you, Judy.
I saw a new opportunity coming up. It was business related. So, and it might be, I just heard it's come. It's your time to get out your message, which is your new business, the paranormal things.
Really?
Ah.
Oh, by the way, too, Tom, I got a knee issue. So I don't know if your knee's bothering you, but I just started feeling a little bit of a pain in my knee. I believe it's my right knee, but just an FYI on that. You might have to just don't overstress it. And do you like to bowl? I just saw you bowling. You might be going bowling. You like bowling?
No, I haven't bowled for years, but
yeah.
I've got a broken. I got a plate in my right wrist, so it hurts to actually bowl. So I don't usually do that often. But the right knee, it actually several months ago it just started hurting out of nowhere, like for no reason, and it has taken a long time for it to actually mend up. I didn't do anything. I woke up with my knee hurting. So
yeah, that sucks. You weren't
very
tabletop dancing,
All right, Tom.
Yeah.
Take care of that knee.
Yeah, maybe do bocce balls. I saw you with the ball in your hand, so do the bocce balls. They're smaller. God bless you.
Yeah,
great things are on the way.
I guess the It Is Happening isn't about E.T., but it's about the paranormal. So there you go. Thank you so much, Tom.
Thank you both. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
You too. God bless.
Yeah, let's... Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, this is Cheryl.
Hi,
Carol.
Cheryl. Cheryl or Carol?
It's Cheryl.
I knew we were going to have a Carol or Cheryl. I knew that. I think I said that earlier. A lot of times I pick it up.
Cheryl, where are you calling from?
San Jose.
San Jose. What do you...
Nice.
Yep. What have you got for Karyn?
Okay. This is weird, but who is whispering in my ear?
Well, it's not John F. K. Jr., unfortunately. I wish he'd whisper in my ear. He was a hottie, just like Gotti. Gotti was a hottie. Actually, I saw two people, one of which looks like a great-grandfather, and then you have a lady guide that likes to come to you. I get a love of animals around you, too, so I keep seeing a love of animals. So at some point in the future, I keep seeing you holding, I don't know if it's a cat or a dog. I think it's a dog, but I keep seeing a dog around you. So love of animals definitely come up, but you have a guide and you have a family member just watching over you. I see a lot of it happening at night too. So again, before you go to bed, one of the things I would recommend is just saying I surround myself with God's white light, because you will open up a little bit of a doorway where you might get something naughty, but you'll be fine. But still, sometimes they, like to play with us.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And one other quick thing, watch your chest area too. Keep an eye on your chest area. Just as you age, it's very important. Heart and breast area. You'll be fine. You got a good long life, but just some minor details there.
Cheryl, call me back. I want the update.
She'll be 90. She's got a long life.
I will.
Okay. But keep an eye on those two areas, especially your heart.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. And chest area. See, the thing is, when I'll get the phone calls, right? I'll get the phone calls later, open lines in 6 months, and somebody's going to call back and go, do you remember when Karyn Reece was on the show? Well, it's inevitable, and I can't wait for this. We took a lot of phone calls tonight. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. It's Olivia.
Hi, Olivia.
I love
Hi,
that
Karyn.
name. I love that name, Olivia. That is just such a beautiful name.
Thank you, Karyn. Thank you. My question is, when will I be able to hear those that come around me?
Actually, you have to ask for it. They'll come around you. Better in your sleep state when you go into your meditation, though. Before you go into it, I would just ask, all right, if there's anybody here, I would love to hear you verbally. But keep in mind, it does take a lot of energy for them on the other side to communicate to us here. So just do a little, prime. And then when you go to sleep at night, too, I would put the request out. If anybody would like to talk to me, please make it so I can hear you, in my dreams, in my meditation, and then just driving. But the biggest thing that people sometimes miss, they'll put a request to the universe or to a loved one on the other side, should I buy the red car or the orange car? And they'll be waiting for, say, a father in his voice to say, buy the red car. And you may just hear it in your, frame of reference in your mind, or you might be given a push from the other side where you turn on the TV and suddenly you see a red car. No such things as coincidence. So those are the things that you need to look for. But you could definitely put the request out. I want to hear somebody talk. It just takes a lot of energy. So just give it some time.
Okay, thank you.
Olivia,
You're welcome.
Olivia, behave.
Oh.
Will do.
I can ask you one quick question before you go.
Okay.
Do you like to drink tea a lot? Your Graham's talking about tea. Who likes the tea? You? Are you drinking tea these days? Cold tea, hot tea?
No.
Somebody likes tea.
Mm-mm.
And the old tea. Do you have an old teapot or something? A decorative one? Like an English one or something? Or English teacups or something?
No.
I see them.
I sure
I'm actually
don't.
seeing like what looks to be, let me just go there for a quick second, because I see what looks to be like a tea in teacups, kind of like an old fashioned, real pretty though, like a nice ceramic tea. You're going to get that at some point. I don't know when. It's coming from an older woman that passed over. I wouldn't be surprised when you pick this tea set up, these cups or teapot thing, that you may pick up some of the energies associated with the previous owner, but they're good energies. So you might pick up her giggling, or you might pick up seeing her in your dreams, but it's like a teapot thing that I keep seeing. And I saw you like thinking about making tea out of it. So it's actually good. But a lot of possessions are, I don't want to say possessed because there are possessed possessions. I did a show with James Van Pra on that. But, if you pick up antiques, you always want to say a blessing around them, because you could bring some good energy in and then some naughty energy.
Olivia, I cannot wait until you show me your new tea set.
Will do, Jimmy. Thank you, Karyn, very much.
You're welcome. God bless.
Yeah, thank you, Olivia. I can't wait. She's going to go, Jimmy, I got that tea set. I already know. I know Olivia. She's really cool. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, this is Bodana from Laguna Beach.
What's your name? What's your name?
Bodana.
Bodana. How are you?
That's a pretty name.
Good. Yeah, that's that Eastern Europe, Czech, Poland thing, but you were.
Right on. Okay.
I just had some delicious pierogi the other day.
Bodana,
yum, yum.
Oh.
Bodana, what's your question for Karyn?
Hey, I just want to know if you see anything about my art and relationship. It goes hand in hand.
Yeah, when you first tuned in, I saw a newer relationship coming up around you, a serious relationship too.
Okay.
Yeah, and I saw he knows business, but I also saw somebody around you like trying to pull your attention away. I heard the name Dave too. There's somebody with that name that's going to like you, but I don't think he's the one you're going to end up with. But I saw this other gentleman, a nice guy. He'll sweep you off your feet. I keep hearing the name Dave again around you, so Dave's okay. He's just not the right guy. He could be Mr. Right for right now, but I definitely see a serious relationship, a ring on your finger. So eventually you'll have that in your life.
Bodana, is there a Dave? I just want to know. Is there a Dave?
Right now.
No. Actually, no, not right
now. Okay, not yet. Okay, all right, fair enough. Bodana, good luck with your art and have a great night.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm looking at the clock here. Okay, I've got time for maybe two more calls. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy, it's Monty of Michigan.
Hey, how are you?
Great. Good to see you online here. I'm watching your video.
Yeah.
Hi, Karyn.
Yeah.
Hi, darling. How are you?
I'm sunburned. Can you see my sun? Look at my look. I'm looking at myself on camera. I look like Mr. Ketchup Head.
Oh, that's horrible.
Well, On YouTube, you look like just another. Oh yes, as you turn, I can see your. Yep.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
got
burnt.
it.
Oh, I'm toasted. I'm toasted. Okay, what have you got for Karyn tonight?
Well, Karyn, I've had a very synchronistic life, and it's taken a really interesting turn in that it's gotten a lot of phenomena has suddenly popped into my life the last couple of months. I'm not really sure what it's all about.
That's actually, it makes sense. You're actually going to the next level. You're ready to take on more paranormal experiences. I keep seeing a hill too. Do you like to do like walking outside or something like that? I keep seeing a hill I want to walk on.
I live in Hillsdale.
Oh, did you say that?
Yes, he did.
Okay,
Hillsdale, yep.
Did you say that? I don't remember you saying it. Did you say that?
No, he did not say it. You
Okay, he
said
didn't,
it.
yeah. Because I kept hearing hill. That's a hill connection. Okay. Yeah, that's a good area where you're at. I will say this much to you. Don't be surprised at some point in your life either that you don't have an ET experience, because you will. But there's nothing to be. But I don't see you going on a ship. What's that?
I know dozens of people who have, and the very first swamp gas UFO, I was in 4th grade, and it was 3 blocks away at Hillsdale College.
Yeah, that's right. That is absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely right.
Well, they've been watching you since you were a kid. And here's the thing, ETs are both physical as well as ethereal. So you got spirit ETs like you have spirit people, and then you also have physical ETs like you have physical people. But you will have a pretty close encounter before you die with an ET, actually quite a distance before you die. I don't think you're going to go on, but I feel like I'm looking at them outside in some kind of shrub or something. I think it's at night. You're going to see this light, and I see them coming down, and you're actually like seeing them, but I also feel like you might freeze. So I don't see any harm coming your way. And then I see you doing hypnosis to try to bring. Actually, no, you know what? You might actually get pulled up because I saw you undergoing some hypnosis to relay whatever your experiences with that, or when that ET experience comes about.
Well,
my sense is that things are getting weird for everyone right now, and I'm kind of like the canary in the
in the coal mine.
In the mine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I love Michigan, and I love this phone call. And enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you so much.
You'll be
Thank you,
fine,
Jimmy,
though.
and thank you, Karyn.
You are so welcome. God bless.
Thank you so much. And the ET question, and this is for me one of the big. I just feel like, Karyn, I feel like something's about to break open. I don't know what it is. I really don't. I really don't. But there's so much chatter outside of this community, right? You see it in the headlines, and there's just things being seen, and exoplanets and science, and the conversation about alien life that is outside of this community. I just feel like something's about to break.
They're definitely watching us. It's funny because when I did a show with Discovery, we had Men in Black following us because yours truly was revealing information that pertained to case studies that the government did. And at some point in our lives, we will see them. There's more than just one alien group. I mean, there's several different, millions of different aliens.
You had the Men in Black following you around?
Uh-huh. The good news, though, they usually think psychics are crazy. So, but yeah, other people that were on the set. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's creepy. Yeah. That's creepy.
Yeah, with Nick Redfern on that show. But yeah. We had some really crazy, kooky stuff. And I remember going into my hotel room. We were down in Roswell, New Mexico. And in the middle of this night, this little, probably 3.5-foot ET came over, and I wear an eye mask. He was an ethereal one, a spirit ET, and he was pulling my mask, trying to pull it off me. He was actually cute. What a way to have a date now.
The last phone call of the night. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Dave in South L.A.
Hi, Dave in South L.A. How are you?
Love L.A.
All right. Hello, Karyn. Hello,
Hi,
Jimmy.
Dave.
I'll give you a couple of words, and then I'll ask my question, okay?
Sure.
Ogun, Cochran, Andre, Prunedale, Health, Art, Aha. What is most important for me to know at this time?
Art stood out, and Andre stood out.
Mm.
But I got to ask you this interesting question, Dave, too. Do you eat a lot of corn or popcorn, or are you around somebody that has a name like Corn or Crom? Crom actually might be a name. Cornwell, Cromwell, something like that?
Not terribly, no.
Keep that in your future because it's a name. I don't know if it's like Cromwell, Cornwell, something kind of like that. I can kind of see it being spelled. It seems to be around the art world. And then I heard the name Joyce too. Or Joy or Joyce. That name comes up around you with your art. But art is definitely something that stands out in Andre. And I saw a trip to Germany, by the way. So at some point you got some travel overseas, and I like it, Dave.
Dave, are you going to Germany?
Well, he will at
I
some
have no
point.
plans to at this time.
Yeah. And one other quick question. You weren't in an Uber or a Lyft that had a little bit of a fender bender, were you? No?
No fender benders.
Okay,
because no benders.
And were you in an Uber?
There was no bender. But
Yep,
yeah,
that's what I'm seeing in the future. So,
today.
there might be like a slight fender bender. I saw you being okay. So it looks like it's minor. If it's like a fender bender. It's not bad. I don't see you getting hurt, or maybe you're supposed to get the Uber. They call back. There's a fender bender, but I believe you might be in it in a Lyft or an Uber. It's nothing major, but just an FYI on it. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I could tell you you'll be fine. But Andre stands out in art.
David,
and the name Cornwell or Cromwell or something close to that is going to be a significant person in your life.
David, I can't wait until you call me back. I cannot wait. I can't wait. Jimmy, I was in a Lyft today, got in a wreck. You're going to make that phone
I'd rather
call.
call you from Germany.
Yeah. David, enjoy the rest of your night, my man. Thank you so much.
All right, you too.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. What an evening of I just have to ask you, Karyn, we've only got a few minutes left. Are you exhausted?
No, after about an hour I can be. I'll tell you though, if I pick up energy like the gentleman that had the knee, because my right knee started to hurt. So sometimes I'll pick up other people's energy, like if they have sleep apnea or something, or if they have really prickly energy, that could kind of exhaust me. But generally speaking, I get a little rush of a high for a while. And then once, maybe after an hour or two, I settle down, then I get really tired.
Yeah, I just listened to, I don't know how many phone calls we took. I don't know. And to jump from one personality to the next like that in so rapid fire back to back is very impressive to me. How can everybody reach out to you?
They can just go to my website, which is KarynReece.com, and it's spelled KarynReece.com.
And which we have the links up right over at jimmychurchradio.com. And I'm really looking forward to turning this around this Friday where I get to answer questions. And it's
fun.
It's going to be great. And just thank you for taking the time tonight. And our audience is so wonderful, and to for you to spend that much time with them, they appreciate it. And I want to thank you on behalf of our audience and Rita for taking the time tonight. It was an amazing conversation. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me, and God bless everybody. Like attracts like. You're a great guy, you and Rita, so you got great audience members. Doesn't surprise me, as we say.
Even though I'm not going to have my dinner party underneath the gazebo. I'm so bummed.
I'll say a prayer for you, because prayers do work. I'll say one. Yeah, it's so funny because your mom's been bugging me. Actually, she started bugging me as soon as I got into my office because I had known I didn't pay attention to your background or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm going to now I get to put you on hold, and I'm going to do that, and then we'll talk after this because I need to run credits and get out of here. Thank you so much, Karyn.
You're welcome.
Stay right
Thank
there.
You for having me.
And I'll be chatting with you. The audience, I know what they're doing right now. I wonder what he's going to say to Jimmy. I wonder if Jimmy's going to talk about it. I wonder what, tomorrow on the show, if he's going to do the big reveal. I will not. All right. Fade to Black's executive producer is Rita Kamurian. Show is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee Dennis, and Bob. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vitoa, Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intros, Spaceboy. SpaceboyMusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network, and syndication is KGRA The Planet. This broadcast is owned and copyrighted 2019 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I want to thank Karyn Reece for an amazing show tonight. Very simple. KarynReece.com. The links are over on our website. Until tomorrow night, it's open lines. It's Fader night. It is Thursday. I'll see everybody tomorrow. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Until then, everybody be safe. Go Beckley Tappy.